What is up, guys? Seb Houdini here, and welcome on into Dungeons of Hinterberg. This is a brand new indie game. I've been enjoying the hell out of it. It's like Austrian Zelda. Really fun stuff. You've got kind of that relaxing nature, gorgeous comic book art style, and then you've got these cool little dungeons and bosses and a little social element like Persona. It was a bit of a cool little surprise. You know, I've been watching it since the moment it showed up on the Xbox showcase. I was like, holy crap. And then it was one of those things that came true. You know, there's a lot of little Zeldas out to come out, or at least claim to be like Zelda, and they don't quite live up to it, or they take one little avenue of it. But no, this brings me back to some of my favorites, like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. It's nice, it's just clean, and it never drives you too mad, you know, and every dungeon's a little bit different, a little bit ode to Mario Galaxy in one of them, and she got freaking hoverboards going on, you know, so give it a shot. I think it's their first game from Microbird, and they just absolutely knocked it out of the park. It's kind of spoilers now at this point. Spoilers! No more spoilers! God damn it, Billy! Alright, let's get into this beautiful area. So you got these kind of 4 big hub areas, and they kind of lead you to each of the dungeons. But I have just as much fun in the hub areas because you've got like certain magic powers you have to deal with. You got your swords, your gear, your potions, all that good stuff. Different magical stuff you gotta do. It's really well done. Really well done. Boop, that'll get rid of his shield. And we'll smack a doom. There's lots of little kind of Austrian folklore monsters with these little goblins and Krampus and that. Meh. Start straight off into a battle. Why not? Why the hell not? These are level 5. It's really well done. Hell yes. So lots of little crazy news. We have Gamescom coming up, so naturally enough you're going to have a lot of news popping up, and one of them being Alien Isolation 2. Now, I'll believe that one when I see it. I love a good rumor as much as the next person, but I'll believe it when I see it. How's it going, Lacuna? Hello. Because Creative Assembly, I don't know if they ever wanted to return to that. They're so used to doing RTSs, you know, like they do like Halo Wars, and I think they do like Total War and all that. They do a lot of strategy games. Alright, so let's see, where are we going in this one? The map. We have to find our dungeon in this area. So it's very clever how it works. The dungeons, they basically want you to do 1 or 2 dungeons in each area, then cycle back around and open up new ones. It's very cleverly done. It keeps the difficulty, it keeps everything kind of going. Nice. Let's see, so it would be level 5, would it? I think so. I think we're like level 5. These, what's this one over here? 3, we did that one. I think we have like, we're about halfway. We're like 12 or 13 done, I think. How's your day going, sir? Hello. The last of the little summer weeks now. Oh, yes. Do you bother with any of those kind of festivals or anything like Electric Picnic or not? Electric Picnic, sadly, has become quite kind of commercialized, just like Coachella and all that stuff. It sucks. And it's the only kind of festival we have left as well. Sucks even more. There we go. Now we can open these because they were locked. Aha, sword enhancements. Hell yes. We used to have oxygen in that, which was really cool. It was like a pretty big size festival, multiple stages. The thing with Electric Picnic is it's like almost like half of it is like artsy fartsy. Let's see. So this one leads to 1 and 3, and then the lake. Let's see. We'll find it anyway. Don't want to make it too hard for you. I enjoy this one. I'm kind of taking my time with it. It's nice. I pretty much do like 1 dungeon and a little bit of story every time I play it, you know, instead of powering through it. It's been really fun. Really cool little summer game too. So yeah, Bernie was mentioning like oh, here we go. So the old quarry is number 7. Okay, or level 7. Oh, there's the dog is back. Hello. You have to bring him strawberries. I didn't even know dogs like strawberries. Mr. Paws, how you doing? What's up? He's like, follow me and I'll lead you to a cool dungeon. Oh, no, he's got some kind of treasure this time, does he? What's he doing? Oh my, thank you, buddy. You're the best. See you later. Such a cute little Alsatian. Oh, there's a couple of Hinterbucks. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, Bernie was talking about maybe there's going to be Activision games on PS, on the PS2, PS5 thing that they do, you know that? I was like, God damn, dude, I hope so, but that seems crazy. If they'd go on there before He was talking about like Tony Hawk's and the original Spider-Man 2 and Simpsons Hit and Run. I'm like, well, we have not got Simpsons Hit and Run. Nice, you always got to check behind the waterfalls. Haven't got Simpsons Hit and Run at all. Like, there was rumors that they were going to remaster it for PS3, then PS4. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think it'll ever happen. There's just too much bullshit between Fox and now Disney. I suppose they own everything. But maybe, who knows? But I think they just announced the PlayStation catalog stuff. And still, it's not any Activision stuff. I wasn't expecting that anyway, like before Xbox would get their chance to do it, you know. But still very good though, you know, a couple of good ones like Witcher 3 and that. Some that you might have played already, for sure. And then interesting on the PS2 side of things, they put the entire Time Splitter series, which is very good. You can already play those on Xbox, but damn if they're good. Like, I think Time Splitters 2 is probably the best. They're just wonderful, classic FPS. You know, they kind of got birthed out of the days of GoldenEye and that, you know, and then the art style mixed with the story. It's kind of like Team Fortress, you know, just story-wise. It's kind of goofy. Everyone looks like a thumb, you know, like Jason Statham if he was a thumb. They kind of be looking like that a little bit, but they're really cool. Yeah, a lot of time traveling stuff. The last one we got was Future Perfect, which is technically 3, you know. And then ever since then, it's been a disaster. The team went on to make the Homefront games far more serious. Homefront and then Homefront Revolution. And it pretty much killed them. It killed them. It didn't do very well at all. And as far as I know, they either went defunct or they got absorbed into something like an EA or something. I don't know what happened to them. What they're called, like Radical Games or Radical Dreams or something like that. So that's kind of sad in a way, but I think they were in the midst of trying to either remake the original Time Splitter or do Time Splitters 4. It's been a disaster, obviously. If we don't act quick enough. Nowadays, back in the day, what you would do, right, is you would pitch 3 or 4 games and then the big publisher would pick one, you know? But you wouldn't really be in the midst of making any of them. It's all like storyboards, concept art, that kind of stuff, you know? Maybe a playable little build, maybe. Nowadays, you need to be a year into the development of it and possibly get it shut down. It's so stupid. So take, for instance, the Tango Gameworks guys. Like, thankfully they got picked back up. But they wanted to make Evil Within 3, a new IP, and then Hi-Fi Rush. So after the, you know, surprise success of Hi-Fi Rush, how many of those games did they have in development? 0. So Microsoft went and did what they usually do, which is let's see what's in development, what you've got working, and what you've brought in. And unfortunately, they had none of that. You know, it was all pipe dream stuff that they were waiting. Obviously, definitely another issue of the miscommunication between Japan and America too as well, which is unfortunate. So instead of cancelling anything, they just didn't greenlight anything, and the studio was kaput, which is really shit. But thankfully now they've been picked up by Krafton of all people. Yeah, well, a company that's kind of hinging their entire success on PUBG, which for the most part, last time I checked, is dead as a doornail. But anyway, and then they also own Striking Distance, which made Callisto Protocol, which also is kind of dead as a doornail. But they're working on other stuff. But we'll see. Now there's a chance this Alien Isolation 2 might come and then just not be done by Creative Assembly. Creative Assembly are owned by Sega, and as I said, they do the Total War games. They did Halo Wars back in the day. Really, really great games. And then Alien Isolation came out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. They've never done that like that before, you know. So we were all just blown away. And I think even now, 10 years on, I think it is highly considered one of the best horror games. Not just licensed games, but horror games of all time. It has a little bit of a slowdown in the middle, I think, you know. The pacing gets fucked when you're just going after the average Joes. They're still fine and all that, but it's like, okay, maybe it was up here. Let's try up there. But then it quickly picks back up. I don't know if I had a glitch, but at the end there was like multiple aliens chasing after me. I don't know if that was a glitch or it was meant to happen. Ah, yeah. We'll see where that goes. And then we got like a release date and that for Until Dawn. Is there anyone hyped about that Until Dawn remake? It's been done by a new company that Sony have invested in. And they're, you know, wanting to do the Until Dawn remake, an Until Dawn movie, which is currently about to be filmed, and then Until Dawn 2. And this will all be separate from Supermassive, who are making the Dark Pictures games. And the reason for this is the same reason we're having trouble with Bloodborne, which is Sony own the IP. They can do whatever they want with it. Unfortunately, that includes making spin-off games, making sequels, and making all sorts of shit without the permission or knowledge of the original team. It's fuckery. It really is. There's no doubt about that. I don't like that kind of stuff because it creates bad blood in the industry. Hence why I like Arkham Origins and that. And you're like, well, it's not the team's fault, you know? They're just being fucking paid to do this. Alright, got one of these cool little goblins. Nice. Oh yes, I'd love to go to festivals, but they cost a lot. They do, right? They didn't used to. I swear to God, dude. Right now, there's a movement building against Ticketmaster, and I couldn't be happier. Oh, I couldn't be happier. They have had a monopoly for too long. They never used to be like this. They used to be a fucking fun-loving company that did it just for the indies, did it for the festivals, did it for the crowds, you know, the music. That's not who they are now. They are money-hungry bastards, and I'm fully convinced, and I hope somebody whistleblows on this, I'm convinced that it's all an inside job, and it's they themselves that are buying up and reselling tickets at absorbent prices. That was highly rumored during the days of the scalping that was going on for shoes and PlayStations and that. But it was actually, a lot of it was, if you want to call it like an inside job, where employees were being told to do that. Because it was bringing in mad bank. If you were selling something for 500 and making 300-400% profit on it, 4 times what it's priced, and hell yeah. Nice. I love that. It's so cool. It's like a flail that you throw like that, and when I pull it back, you can hit them twice with it. It's awesome. So every little magic spell in the game can be used with exploration and then also in combat, and it's really clever. It's a very simple game. Do you know what I mean? Like, even the social aspect of it, it's trying to be like Persona, but it's just on a timer, you know? But in that simplicity, they have nailed it. Nailed it. It's so fun. It never gets too challenging. It's a lovely little love letter to Austria. It's wonderful. The fact that it's on Game Pass is just this beautiful cherry on top, you know? But I was watching it for a long time. I'm obsessed with these kind of games that, and then add like things like hoverboards or skateboards or any kind of like roller skates or something at the end. Like, do you remember Concrete Genie at the end? Concrete Genie is this gorgeous graffiti, wholesome game that where all of your little monsters and graffiti would come to life, and you know, it was basically like a Pixar movie done better than Pixar. Unfortunately, that team is gone. Sony shut them down, which is sad. But you know, you can't survive on indie alone. But near the end, your little cool little broomstick paintbrush, you were able to like basically paint these kind of cool ice skate things, and you're just skating around. I loved it. It's far too short for its own good, but it was really cool. It reminded me of a time of when Sony used to do stuff like that, and they were really special. Just being experimental for experimental's sake, you know. I miss that Sony so much. Like, think of one Spider-Man game, $350 million budget. They could put out 10 of those smaller games. And I don't know about you, but I know which one I want. Are you back again? What is going on? More chest? Oh man, this guy's awesome. Hello Cyber, hello DPG, how you doing today? Yeah, they plan to put a bunch of PS2 games. Yeah, they've been going hard on the PSP stuff. It's great, you know, don't get it wrong. It is great. They're very low effort though, you know. Besides, outside of the trophies, they don't really put any hard work into them, which is kind of sad. They're even just basic bare bones emulated, so you've still got like black bars. If you've ever dealt with an emulator, you know how much work they put into fixing things, widescreen support, 60 frames a second support, 4K support, texture work. The list goes on and on. The emulators out there are doing God's work, because we know these companies don't give a shit. So Sony kind of pulled the Nintendo and sort of shut down a few of them, and then also stole their idea. And they were originally putting them into the mini PlayStations. You remember those? People forget this. It was only like fucking 5 years ago, maybe just before COVID, or maybe in the middle of COVID. They were selling all those mini consoles, you know? Mini SNES, mini NES, mini PlayStation. They were like $100 or something. They came with like 30 games, and they found out that it was just running an emulator program. That's all it was, and a couple of ROMs. Oh yeah, see, this one's 7. Shredding facility. Now, you can attempt some of these early if you want to, but you're going to get one-shotted. And some of them are kind of story-based, so you might not be allowed there yet. We're looking for number 5. So yeah, these are just one of the hub areas. There's 4 of them. They're fairly big, and if you have like later on with that hoverboard, you're able to kind of go around. But I've noticed you only use them in certain places. Hope you're all doing well. The game looks so pretty, right? It's so cool. Like if you zoom in, they have all those kind of scan lines like the old comic books. And then when people move far away, it might not happen here, but in the town, they get that cool kind of silhouette. If you've ever seen some comic books where they'll be drawing and to show far off distance, they'll just have little silhouettes of people or barely drawn people. It's really cool. And those little wind circles, that's very Wind Waker-esque. Definitely a nod to Wind Waker. I hope one day we get Wind Waker and Twilight Princess back, because they are my favourite. I love me Breath of the Wild, but it's a little bit too aimless, you know. That's why I think bigger open worlds is not the way to go. I'm hoping that that's what's happening. But as Gamescom that's coming up next week, that's like a European E3. It's usually full of great news, but I think a lot of things are shifting now, and you're seeing that the packed fall isn't quite there. It happens every year. I'm hearing that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 might be pushed out till February or something. They've said that they want to do it properly where there's no big contenders. They're afraid, right? So they're afraid to release on top of another game because like of the Horizon Zero Dawn curse, you know, and that's not a good idea. You can't live in fear like that. You just can't. Trying to see where we could go. Maybe it's meant to be up there. How would you get up there? Nice. Yeah, you can't live in fear because the whole industry is just full of games now, so you're never really gonna find that perfect place, you know. You can try. Now we have like fucking Avowed has moved and stuff, right? Let's see what this is. I'll be all day looking for this. Let's see, if I go into my log, I should be able to find it. Let me see. On the stamp. So yeah, I think we're looking for unstarted. Are we maybe we're in Hinterwald, are we? See, there's Hinterberg. No, I think we're in Doppelkogel. Okay. You should have a big completed on it. They don't. Oh yeah, we're looking for the TATZELWURM's lair. That's what we're looking for. So the ones with little stamps on it. Okay, so where the hell is that? Boy! I'll be all day looking for this. No, this could be just part of the story, so maybe. I can't get over there yet. You only have to follow the roads. I'm thinking it's here somewhere, is it? Yeah, baby. It's gotta be. So, let's see. Travel. Alright, go on, so. Oh, that was quick. Jeez, that was instantaneous. The issue is I'll just go on a random path and then get lost. So I gotta climb up to the tippy top. The tippy top. This better be the right way. Nice. Yes, seeing some of the PSP stuff has been very nice. I just wish Sony gave a shit, you know? Give a shit when the money comes in, but they're absolutely atrocious at supporting things. If this is their version of doing old school stuff, then you're fucking miles behind the competition. At least give them a bit of love, you know? Like some of those that they re-release, especially things like Siphon Filter and that, they're pretty much unplayable, you know? They've kept the original controls, and I get that, but not allowing you to change them up and modernize them or anything. It's so embarrassing. I've seen better work be done by a couple of fucking emulators and fan mods and that. It's definitely, you get this vibe, and then there's just random. It's just random selections. Like they put Tomb Raider Legend up there, and it's at a very, very bad price as well. And that might just be Crystal Dynamics, you know. Okay, I think I was in here. I just was fucking around. Oh yeah, no, I was here, and then we got rocked because they were level 5. That kind of sparkly shit on them is a shield. You can either attack the shield over and over again, hoping to eventually kill them, or you can have a special attack conduit, like that one, that will drop their shield immediately. Ow. What's cool about the social aspect of this is you'll get cool items and powers and even money building up your friendships. Like the latest one we got was being able to open locked chests. One of the town teenagers must have a lockpick or a something else, maybe skeleton key. So I like that side of stuff. Even with it being kind of whimsical and nice, there's a kind of a dark side of it too. It seems like, you know, the whole concept of it is it's a play on like tourism and that, where it's like a slaycation instead of staycation. So this Hinterberg town has asked tourists to come along and go monster hunting for fun. You know, it's something you'd love to do in real life. And it's all promoted, and half the town don't really want all the tourists there. And you find out the mayor is kind of hiding stuff, and there's earthquakes going on and pollution and that. And it seems like clearly this is not just set up as a little event, you know. There's some kind of a dark energy or some curse on this town that we need to fix, and it's definitely connected to the mayor. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that type of stuff. Nice. My plan is to hopefully go to Latvia for Christmas. And the next trip idea I have, meeting up with a few friends Amsterdam down the line, because I know a few peeps. Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be great. Amsterdam for sure. It's such a relaxed vibe as well, you know. It's good shit. And Latvia, my goodness, at Christmas, I mean, geez, that'll be just a snowy winter wonderland. That'll be lovely. Is it to go see your girls? Like, you come over here, and I'll go over there. I like that. Both of those trips shouldn't be too expensive, right? You probably get a Latvian flight for less than €30, I'd say. Amsterdam, on the other hand, might have that little tourist tax where you're like, oh, we'll get you there, and then you're going to get completely destroyed. Let me see. Nice though, it's good. Good plans, good plans. And how about like for the rest of the year and schooling and stuff? You're trying to find some kind of a psychology job. Yeah, there's these little cool meditation spots which are very nice, but it passes the time. You don't want to do that. You don't have a timer as a clock, but you have 4 parts of the day. So there's morning, and then you go to the dungeons, then you come back and it's evening, and then night. And you can only do certain things then, so you'd miss out going to a dungeon if you rested there. Ooh, this one's fucking fancy. Look at this. Fancy? Let's see something up here first. Because once you go into the dungeon and you finish it, you can leave at any time if you got stuck or it's too hard, or you just don't want to do it anymore. You can leave at any time. The game is very self-serving. It's very cool. They don't want you to be stressed out. But the harder dungeons are very hard. I was level 4 and we fought a couple of enemies level 8 and I was getting one-shotted. It was fun. It gave me that difficulty I wanted. Alright, in we go. It warns you beforehand. It's like, time will advance. Some of the things are a little bit awkward, like when you hang out with people in the evening, which is nice, but they'll do things like give you money to spend in the shop or open up things in the shop. And guess when the only time you're able to shop at the fucking morning or whatever, you know? So you're like, huh? It's for the next day, is it? It's a bit of a weird one. This one being called a TATZELWURM or something. I'm assuming it's going to be a little boss. There are little bosses in the game. Nice. It should have worked, but I think the splash damage didn't work. Let's see. We shall see. So the fallout from Borderlands disaster. It's so funny watching Randy Pritchford have a meltdown. I don't think he's connected to the movie that much, you know. He probably gets a little bit of a kickback, but no doubt it's whatever studio it is, Universal or whoever. Honestly, these days it's nearly just as important, I've noticed anyway, to like have a movie and then just be talking about fucking doing Disney and Universal rides and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's why that D23 stuff, I was expecting a little bit of gaming news. Nothing, dude. They spent half on movies and half on rides, and I'm like, yep. If you have parks like fucking Disney has parks, and you're bringing in $1 billion a day combined, yeah, maybe we should talk about that a little bit. Jesus. Like, think about this. If the movie industry or Disney just fell apart, wouldn't even matter that much to them. Because they're like, yep, still, the parks ain't going anywhere. And they're opening up more and more of them, you know. Jesus. Super cold going to Latvia. Yeah. It's going to be cold as fuck in place. I don't know the language past saying cat. Oh. I'd say they know a good bit of English, no? I bet they do when they come over here, huh? Looking for a place, but it's hella hard to get a starting step. Yeah. You can imagine it's painfully slow. I know, and it's mainly just because of old begrudging bastards. People afraid of getting their jobs taken. Oh, I think we just found the TATZELWURM. Nice. So yeah, the Twisters movie I heard did very well. But they're already putting it out on subscription stuff. And it's been like 3 weeks or something. I think that's really wrong. I think there should be a minimum of like 6 months. I remember before subscription services, I remember we had to wait like a year for DVDs and Blu-rays, you know? And sometimes you wouldn't even get them over in Europe, but when they did, yeah, it was about a year or so. But it was such a big event, you know? And all the extras and behind the scenes, we couldn't help ourselves. You just don't get that. You don't get that with subscription services. They very rarely do behind the scenes. Sometimes. Let's see, is this any better than one I have? A little bit better on Magic Attack. But still, this one's been carrying me the whole way. That's fine. I wonder, God, the magic's already kind of broken. I wouldn't want to make it any stronger. I wonder, does that affect your actual magic? I was supposed to fall down there, wasn't it? Maybe. I like this. He's kind of burrowing all over, scaring us a little bit. Hopefully it does end up in the boss. Nice. Yeah, what I really love about the combat is it uses your attack conduits are your own thing. But it uses the spells, which are usually dungeon specific. So, take for instance the last one we did. A little bit underwhelming, and then I figured out what they were doing. It's hilarious. So you get this jello block, so you can make your own platforms, because the way it works, right? Pretty standard stuff, right? And then you have this plasma that can ricochet and bounce all over. But if you're able to stop it whenever you want, and if they're in that bubble, they get hit. So guess what you're able to do with those things? The jello block is for platforming, but in combat, it sucks them in and they're stuck floating around in jello. And then you hit them with the plasma, stop it inside the jello block, boom, you've got massive damage over time. That's just one of the things. This one here, like I said, you've got a bomb that's for, you know, breaking down places, but you can also push it around and explode it and hit them. And then this one is usually for switches or for, you know, damage in this thing here. But you can throw it at them and then hit them on the way back. It looks cool. I like all that. So you're saying about how far we've come with cell shading. Cell shading is one of the coolest fucking art styles. Nice. You just got to get this just right. Might not be able to do this. Let's see. No, there you go. Just have to get it just right. Usually they want you to roll it. Nice. I want to see Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah, oh, it is. Yeah, it's doing fucking gangbusters. I wish you the best with getting something in psychology. A lot of the time it'll end up being like unpaid internship, or that seems like a boss room if I ever saw one. Or like kind of shadowing a psychologist, learning stuff, you know. Something you might end up having to do is sort of like an Irish equivalent of like a free clinic stuff, free counselling, you know. You could even try, I know it might be a bit below you, try like counselling call centre stuff. Cool! A TATZELWURM. He looks amazing. He looks like a Chinese dragon. Cool. I think he must be like Austrian in nature. Yeah, we have a mid who is Austrian, and I'm always like, does this mean anything to you? How are we going to get this guy? Looks like we have to like drop something on him. Okay, he has a couple of additional enemies. Watch out. TATZELWURM. Cool. Oh, he looks fantastic. Jesus. Music is also pretty banging. The characters in it as well, like they're written quite well. Like they do have that kind of hipster quality to them. God bless. There is that kind of hipster wave going on in Europe, whether we like it or not, especially in Central Europe. It's always been that way, you know. French and Italian and German and But it's fine, you know, as long as they're not preaching to you, you don't mind. It's just a style. For some people, it's just a style. For other people, it's a lifestyle. And that's a very different thing. One's fashion, one's preachy bullshit. That'll hurt me more. I wonder how we're going to get this guy. I can't even think what to do. I noticed some of the rocks fell on him. Can we hit this? Maybe we hit him with the bomb while he's here. Do anything? Can we just smack his arms? No. I have no clue how to even begin to hit him. Let's just... Looks like they're giving me a lot of MP, so let's just save up our MP. See if we can use the bomb on him. I don't know, what else could we do? There's gotta be a way. Can we knock something down on him? Can we hit him with this? Oh, that knocked him down. Is this hitting him? No, that's not hitting him either. Maybe drop the bomb on his head now. There you go. Okay. I like that they didn't help us there. Just figure it out, boy. Figure it out. I like that. Make sure we get more MP, yeah. You also have potions and stuff if you want all that too. So you can hit him on the way up and then hit him on the way back. Nice. Okay, so it looked like smacking him with this in the head seemed to do it, was it? Nice. He's got like a... Oh, so now I don't have enough MP. Can we hit him? No, it has to be the bomb and I don't have enough MP. That sucks. That definitely means we need to get more MP bars. Interesting though is that I hit him with that. Maybe no, I have to pull it back. I wonder. You'd leave one of these on the ground maybe, but they despawn so fast. So fast. No, that didn't do anything. It just said, fuck you, I'm loading my animation. Can I do this? Good. Nice. Good. Get him! I love that windmill. I got it at the start and I just happened to replace it, and there's definitely ways to replace it. Oh no, his little horn is broken. I'm sorry, buddy. He's really cool. You don't mind as long as you get paid. Exactly. I think everybody just want to get your due, you know. Especially when you put some work into your study, you know, and your schooling. What about, like, yeah, so I suppose our version of a free clinic over here would be the Community Welfare Office of Social Welfare, or HSE, right? What the fuck? You got that tail, though. Get that nasty shit out of here. Oh, now I see. Damn it, I wonder how you're meant to do that. MP Schnagadoo. No, I didn't want to do that. See if I can do this quick enough. Nope! Ah! I fucking wasted the shit. Bollocks. I don't know how else you're meant to do that. I need to come in here with enough MP, because one spell is doing more than half, so I don't have enough MP left to do anything about it. I have a small MP bar. Say what? I think what's actually... Oh, fuck, see, that's wasting MP as well. What's actually happening, I think, is... Oh, now he's finally naked as the day he was born. So we got like a phase 2. Alright, now we're gonna whoop that ass. Just me and you. Cause it's you and me and all of the people. Eat it! Look at that health bar go. It kind of got, it's a bit choppy there. Oh. Ow. I'm too greedy now. I'm only doing chip damage myself. Cool. Cool little boss. Simple. Does the job. Doesn't aggravate you too much. You have to figure it out yourself. What does that remind you of, boys and girls? A Zelda game, you know. Use the item that's in the dungeon on the boss. Bing bang bosh. Real good nosh. First they're gonna rock you, then I'm gonna roll you. Of course you get away just as I do me windmills. You windmills. Where he go, though? Bring that ass over here. Rawr. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. Oh, what a world. I used my big explosion bomb. And then he smacked me right in the kidney stones. Oh, I wonder what hits me there. I think him just going into the ground. Oh no, what a waste. It only heals what you already have? Hey! That sounds awful pointless. You know this is level 5 and this is a good sword. You can see it's just about our defense level. You can get some special chests and coins in these areas. And nice, good dodge. But they can be covered in this kind of gooey stuff that all these guys are made out of. So then you have to bring them back to the town and have people fix them up for you. Yeah, not really sure what hits me there. I can understand that when he's jumping out of the ground, but not so much when he's going down there. There he is! Can we still smack him here? Come on, it's time to finish you off. You're a cute little dude. Could I break up hope? Could I keep him? Finish him! Sorry, buddy. He's like a little falcor. Sorry, buddy. The TATZELWURM. Pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. I didn't find the coin in this area, I don't think, yet. Sometimes you will. That feels like the boss of those mines, you know. All the starter levels were based on mines. There's even little mine cart levels. I felt like the boss of that, you know. Monster 2, Cyclable Trash, okay. Nice. The spell worm like worm. Yeah, it must be like a German thing or an Austrian thing. For sure. What's over there? Little gnomes and stuff. Even the goblins are like called like kobolds or something. They all have little names. And Krampus. We know Krampus. We all know Krampus. There's clearly a little bit of love put into some of the lower. Mine's only a bit, yeah. Good job. I had a friend try once and she was turned away on the just of being too young. Both of them were like 18, 19. It's so silly. If that's the case, then same thing with like politicians and presidents and all that. It's so stupid. Would you not want younger people? Attack conduits. We got something called burrow. Cool. It's like the boss thing. I can burrow underground. That's very cool. See, these are. I wonder if we get another slot for the attack conduits. That'd be cool. So this one I use for draining the shields. I have other ones, destructively. I got this one, whirlwind, where you send out 4 tornadoes and it zooms in on the enemy, but it's not quick enough, so I didn't find it very fun. Double slash, you need to try that one out. And then burrow, we just got there, and you zip across the battlefield. Cool. Unfortunately, you can't change these in combat, so it gives off the vibe of how you meant to know it's going to work and not work. But luckily the game is so nice that if you die in combat, it just plop you out before the fight, and away you go. Oh look, he's got a cute little stamp. You see, we're only about halfway. We have this whole page to do here, and there seems to be, you can see right there, there seems to be little story dungeons. We did this one where we found out the mayor was dumping stuff, but there's clearly room for possibly one here and then one there. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'm really enjoying this one. I can't give it nothing but love. It's like a perfect little summer game as well. I was so desperate for Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. This game has totally scratched that itch. But yeah, it's so stupid. In this day and age, we need it now more than ever, is an understanding and empathic, you know, teenager or person in their young 20s, because about 80% of those people nowadays, around that age gap, around 18 to 25, are completely brain rotted out from TikTok and just being online too much, you know, and COVID too. It's not their fault, you know. We're only presented with the habits that are put in our face, you know. There's a reason why all these websites are freaking out and it's scaring the shit out of you because they're force feeding you stuff that you're saying, the stuff that you're clicking on, your ads, everything has been force fed back to you. So it's creating singular echo chambers everywhere, you know, where you're only getting your own opinion, your own thoughts, and your own likes and dislikes back in your face. Very, very dangerous stuff. It's basically like locking a teenager into a psychiatric ward in a straitjacket by themselves in a digital term, you know, in a digital way. I know it sounds crazy, but that's exactly what it's like. You're just kind of talking to yourself, even though if you're in your little communities and all that, but yeah. We know how dangerous that can be, right? It just emboldens bad habits, and kind of we're all our worst enemy anyway. See what I'm saying? Look, when you're far away from people, they're like little silhouettes. If you remember Where's Wally or Where's Waldo, it was very much like that. It's a way of showing distance without having to render everything. It's very cool. It's a classic comic book style. Even like Marvel and that would do that. Sometimes they wouldn't render their face or draw their face, or sometimes they would just do things like that. So this is when you come back to the town, which is cool. You know, it's got shops and everything. It's got typical stuff like a small town in Austria turned tourist traps. You've got a small part of people that don't want any of these people here. And then you've got the other half where you've got massive corporations coming in. There's gentrification going on where they're getting rid of old classical stuff for new fancy stuff, and it's destroying the culture. It's really cool. Then you've got the old guard, the older people, they're a bit snooty. And then you've got the newer ones that are just kind of very much, what's the word? It's like ambulance or something. So yeah, then you get to talk to people. And as I said, like as you build their relationship with them, I think you can even like build an actual relationship. I think there's a few achievements for going on dates and stuff. But for the most part, it's just... get cool things and have a chat with them. They're all pretty cool. Pretty cool people. The only people I found that I didn't really like was Julian. He's a prick. And there's a couple of social media people, because you can't have a modern game without some nod to social media. So they're like Slayer influencers. They're a bit stupid. So what you can do is you go over to your logbook, which is all your quests, then your stamp book for your dungeons, and then finally all of your people here. Now, what I did is you can look up what you get, but these are the perks for. So you go relationship from met to acquainted to buddies to friends. I think there's probably something after that, and each one unlocks that level perk. You see, and obviously they have question marks. You don't know, so I looked those up. So your best bet is to try and focus on some of them that appeal to you. You know, that one's HP slot, so that would be kind of good. We wanted to do that. The Alex one is like faster relationship levels up. There's the German Shepherd. You can see he's already finding stuff for me. Renoir, this guy here, he's meant to be like Keanu Reeves. You can get his sword and stuff. But sometimes they'll sit at this campfire down here. Luckily there's no one there right now. They'll sit here and it's fine. Like you can level them all up a little bit. You can also give them gifts as well. But I found that when they're there, you can't talk to them, so it won't actually move the relationship forward. It's a little bit annoying, but it's okay. It's just randomized. So like, where is he at right now? I actually don't see him at all. Am I blind? Where's his little picture? That's the I don't see him at all. Henning. Oh no, that's not him. Jay, Klaus, Marina, Gertrude. Where the hell is Renoir? It's got to be here in the corner somewhere. I just can't see him. Oh, that's weird. Maybe he's part of the story or something. That sucks. I tried to do it last time and he was gone to the campfire. Yeah, the first one, it says it gives you a combo counter. So it might give you a little boost maybe when you get a high combo. But then the other ones is like sword and that. But yeah, whoever you spend the evening with, that's kind of it, you know. So you have to make a few choices. I don't think they punish you for time wasting it. You could probably just stay here for weeks upon weeks. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that one wants me to reach 25 renown. Yeah, instead of normal stats, there's HP and MP, of course, and attack power and defense power. But beyond that, instead of like vitality and all that kind of stuff, there's these little social things. It's basically like renown, so how well known you are, how famous you are around this place. Then there's familiarity, just how you've become, you know, more familiar with the area. And there's amusement, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then, I can't remember what the last one was. Yeah. And certain people will help you with that. And then some of them won't even talk to you if your level's not high enough. So it's interesting, it's cool. But yeah, I hope something comes of that, because your kind of voice and understanding is what's desperately needed right now. You know, because we're losing a whole generation very fast. When I hear of 12-year-olds being arrested in these riots, that there's something, like, obviously they're there just to cause damage and stuff, but there's just not apparent anywhere, you know. They're probably in the riots themselves, so they're being taught very badly. I know if I was 12-year-old around them times, you're either sitting at home scared or you're out there burning shit yourself, you know. Yeah, these are some of the presents. They're all pretty cheap. I usually just buy one of each anyway. And then your money is Hinterbucks, which is hilarious, but just a little currency for the game, basically. It helps because, you know, how are you gonna charge for things? So I have 155,000 now. I should try and get some better armor. Damn, where is he? So maybe he just doesn't show up. He's got to be here somewhere. What son of a bitch? Because we talked to the chick and we now can unlock chests, and we can take the goo off the weapons. But I needed to talk to him. What a bastard! He's definitely not on the map as far as I can see. Son of a bitch. That's so weird. He usually hangs around here. Gertrude, she's like an old posh old rich bitch, you know. She wants everything done for her. If you find her brooch, she'll give you like a shitload of money. So it's a great way of getting a weapon early. Yeah, usually she's around here. Fuck. Let's go up here and go into some gear. Yeah, can we get some better armor? Pretty much, I just go whatever's the most expensive. Here we go. Spell guard. It's 21 physical defense and 27 magical. It's pretty good, but not that great either. What's this one? 19. These are like knee pads. That one's worse than the ones I have. Tank wear leggings. 11. Not so bad. Let's get those. Yes. Spell guard stuff. Interesting. Any new swords? Only the bunny blade, which honestly is not that great. That's why I want to get Renoir stuff. You can talk to the dog, hang out with him. Oh, he's a good little guy. They let you name him. They only have like 15 or so names. You don't get to just spell it out. But I just called him Chicken Head for a while. Hey Dutch, how's it going? Hello, Animid. Hello, hello. How's it going, lads? Straight in the building. How are you doing? Trying to get a job working with a homeless shelter, and they lead me on for like 2 months because they don't want to be direct and just tell me I was too young. Yeah, Jesus, I hate that stuff. All the time wasted and just say no. Fucking hate that. That sucks. They're probably worried about insurance and your safety though, you know. That might be a bit rough, but I mean, Jesus, having a counsellor or something like that in a homeless shelter would be great, you know. There we go. Enchant your sword. Enchantment. So right now I just put 2 physical. I thought I changed that up, didn't I? HP, critical damage up, magical attack boost. Well, that's even better. You get more magical attack. Nice. Because the crit damage would be good, but you nearly need to get your critical rate up. Increases critical rate moderately. Moderately. Looks like the highest you can get is 3 slots, maybe. These are all the stuff I have right now. I'll let you check the relationship rewards there. Unlock armor upgrades. Ooh, that would be good. Damn, I wish that dumbass was around. Additional attack conduit slot. Oh, we did want that, didn't we? German influencer cannot sit still. Let's go talk to that guy. He's quite annoying. He's got, ironically, that he's called Kai. But, yeah, he's got that brain rot influencer head on him. He's even wearing, like, Kanye West type glasses. Is what it is. I didn't know what happened to Kai there. He was like, did he get kicked out of the house or something? And then he was in a van. Like I said, I mainly just watch clips. I never sit down for a full stream. Who has the fucking time? But then he had Ice Spice in a van or something. Looked like a goddamn fucking kidnapping or something. Now they're in some kind of $18 million New York thing or something. But then it doesn't have proper plumbing and all that. Ah, yes. This is exactly what is going on in the world. It's happening even here in Ireland as well. You're having the cost of living going up and a complete fucking ballooning of housing and that. But everything's falling apart because these dumbass landlords, fuck them, you know? I think we should take so much more rights away from the bastards. But unfortunately then you have these people who will squat and they will ruin it for everybody, you know? Because every time a landlord, or we want to do something against these landlords, they can just use those examples of those people. And you know, most people who squat, you hope it's for justice and it's for a good reason. But every now and then it's just to be a cunt. Or people who like literally destroy a place and burn it out. And it's like, wow, this is how you want to choose to live your life. And the way you're teaching your kids. Scumbaggery. Look at him, he's got glasses with loot on it. The Krampus bar. Thank you. Sometimes you're happy there's no voice acting. But this guy am. Look at those ridiculous tattoos. Typical fucking Little Peep type shit, you know? Little Peep, fucking Tashin 6ix9ine. Everything ever since that fucking new wave of SoundCloud rapper face tattoo looking ass. It's horrible, man. They all look like a crumpled up receipt that you found in the bin and you pull it out and all the ink is kinda washed away. Yeah. That's what it looks like. How you doing, Dutch? How is Korea? You're back now, right? Didn't you say that? Not good. Not going into it though. Oh shite, dude, I'm sorry. Hopefully everyone's okay health wise and family wise and that. I know you were talking of going back. Maybe their plans changed, did they? It sucks. Or is it lady troubles? God damn it. I'm sorry, man. Life will give you some good times and then it'll kick you in the teeth. You just have to remember that they'll get good again, you know? The times will get good again. It's just a way of life balancing it out. Alright. Let's do it. I'm going into the Krampus bar. Let's see what's going on there. Some of these places you can't go in until you talk to people, like the hotel. We needed a reservation. Oh my god. We are not amused. So I see a nice little nod. So I'm hearing good things about Alien Romulus. I hope so. And I think that's why Alien Isolation is being re-examined. As far as I know, it sounds a bit extra, but it sounds like Alien Isolation is going to get like a next-gen update to it, you know, all the 4K 60s and all that, and the ray tracing. And then the VR game, which I believe is called Blackout, Alien Blackout, which we all thought was Alien Isolation 2. I believe that's getting a sprucing and PSVR 2 and all that stuff. And then they're going to finally be like, yep, we've been working on Alien Isolation 2 for a while. So, honestly, the one rumors that's coming out this fall, it's to be announced in Gamescom, I don't know. I just, it's too good to be true. And whenever that kind of leak happens, it's usually a lot of bullshit. I cause them keisters. Ugh. Ugh. How'd you pull that off? Must be stressful. What's being famous like? Please don't ask that question, please. You fucking made them famous. It's interesting to see all these kind of hanger-ons and these, you know, famous by association people kind of disappear and come up in the world. Like, look at this chick, Madison Beer. I didn't even know her fucking name like a year ago, you know. She's pretty big in the music industry. Another one of those Sabrina Carpenter chicks that are literally like industry plants that just come out of nowhere. But she does streaming and stuff and used to fuck with XQC and that. But before that, she was a hanger-on of the Kardashians. This is something she probably wants to bury down. She was even on the show and stuff. One of those weird moments where it's like, why is there a whole lot of fucking 14-year-olds hanging around his family, you know, and being on reality TV? Yeah, and she was like with Kylie Jenner and they fell out. Typical mean girls, fucking dumbasses. Rich fucking teenagers thinking they got that fucking cheerleader mindset. But she seems to be doing well for her music. She's like a mini Megan Fox, and I think she knows that and they know that. It's just how she's been positioned now. But yeah, probably definite crush for all them teen lads. But yeah, those kind of, I don't know, even same with Miley Cyrus, all those, I feel nothing towards them at all. It's just when you see them and you grow up on TV like that, it's just nothing there. It's different when they were like my age when they were out, you know, that kind of way, like Britney Spears and that. That's a little bit different. But I was grown ass dude when Miley Cyrus was on, so it's still weird. That whole Wrecking Ball period was truly weird. The hypersexualization she was doing and twerking into that fucking grown ass creep pants and, you know, creepy shit, man. There's so much stuff that goes on where nowadays they're like cancelling everyone for blowing a fart in someone's face. But back then they were like, yeah, that's her new style. I'm like, what, fucking some kind of rape bait or something? Like, what the fuck is that? You know, it's creepy as shit. Ugh. Now she's like looking back at it. It's Disney Hall of Fame, and they never show any of that stuff. Do you see that stuff? Fucking Disney, man. They're the greatest fucking clout chasing, empty headed whores. Everything that sells, they put in front of it. Doesn't sell? Jesus, no. Like, take fucking 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it wouldn't have dared had like a woman front and center, person of color front and center. Now it's all selling. Now the movement has changed. They're like, oh yes, let's just remake all of our old movies. Change, gender swap and everything swap. Go shit. I'm excited for Ominous. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to go see it yet. They have a popcorn bucket out for it, like, because they have to do that now. And it's like a glow-in-the-dark container with a face hugger kind of floating around it. It says it's $35 though. This is what I was trying to say to people, like, it's all well and good buying a lump of plastic to eat a bit of popcorn out of, but you're going to be spending like $200 before you even buy the ticket. And people will do that because we are, if not, just hopeless sheep and consumers. Hence the whole Stanley Cup thing. People screaming and killing each other over a plastic cup that was full of lead. Anyway, I've been great at eye contact. Me neither. I don't think it's like autism or something. People freak out about eye contact. They're like, you autistic? We've gone to the world, we've completely flip-flopped, and like you can't have a single different trait from an NPC before you're called autistic. And there's people who are like non-verbal, can't socialize, can't be around people at all, who are actually as actual a disability and can't live their life. Those are the people that need help, not these idiots who are like, oh, sorry, oh, I have to keep this coin in my pocket all the time, or I pretend to have a tick on TikTok. That's why they call it TikTok, because everyone's pretending to have ticks on it. Anyway, we've gone too far to the other side. As soon as social media is born, it's like everyone has to be little quirky bastards. But yeah, no, I'm not great with eye contact. That's more of a me issue. I don't see that as autistic. I see it as I have my own self-worth issues, and I know it. But you don't. How do you work on that stuff? You don't. Through therapy. But yeah, that should be fun. As far as I've heard of Alien Romulus, it's kind of presented as a sort of like indie kick-ass movie. Do you know what I mean? Like not big bombastic shit at all, and that'll be great. I don't mean low budget. I mean like just really just gritty shot for the sake of it. No overdone effects or anything. I'm telling you, it could be great. Like, for anyone who's a huge Alien fan and stuff, like what did you think of Prometheus and Alien Covenant and stuff like that? I think they were really well shot and some cool sci-fi moments, but I think in terms of story, I think they meddled with lore that never needed to be touched. I would have preferred not to know. But I could do with going back and watch them. I've only seen them once or twice, and I just had my kind of reaction, my visceral reaction to them there and then, which sometimes can be wrong, you know. Dealing with personal shit. Also got a call with Dutch Child Protective Services regarding some family friends kids. Oh god, and they rang you? Jesus, dude. I'm so sorry. That can be rough. Sometimes you want to hope everybody's okay, and you know that you have to worry if it's a hoax or something as well these days. Just always have to give them benefit of the doubt if something's going on. It could be something as simple as a child just getting lost or something, you know, but then it can go all the way up to some really, really horrible stuff. So I hope everything's okay there. That could be tough. I've definitely had some extended family members that were not properly cared for. Like I've mentioned before, my uncle who passed away probably a fucking couple of years ago now. Time is just irrelevant. But he was a hapless drunk his whole life and ended up trying to do serious damage to family members. Ended up in jail, never got his life together. But his kids, as you can imagine, ran fucking wild. You know, I'm talking about 4-year-olds running around in a full traffic in the street, you know. But luckily they grew up to be wonderful people. Unfortunately, it was through that kind of trauma. But they're wonderful people now. But geez, I'll never forget as a kid. Every time we would only come over once in a while because they lived far away. Every time it was just Operation fucking keep an eye on them, you know. Operation get them clean clothes and get them into proper fucking cleanliness, you know. And he was the type of dude who would show off everything he had, you know. He'd get into the newest scheme, the newest scam, and then piss it all away in the pub. And the whole family, like, just living on ends meet. I don't know. Shocking. So yeah, trust me, I've definitely seen that kind of stuff. Jesus. Watch the bonus step. This guy, I'd rather not even talk about what he's talking about. Usually I read what's going on, but this kind of stuff annoys the shit out of me. I saw it coming up during the days of Warp Tour and that, 2014, 2016. Oh my, I saw it. Like, we'd only got into the YouTuber phase around 2012, really, you know. There was some before that, but for the most part, we weren't, like, jumping on the trends till 2012. So then, we only got a good 2 years or so of fun and innocence, you know, and then it was completely destroyed in their most hateful content. Warped Tour is known to be the grooming tour, you know. It was meant to be very early influencer stuff, you know, what VidCon and TwitchCon all them would end up being. But and then it was obviously about like certain bands and that would go around with it as well. A lot of up-and-comer influencer bands and the shit, the post-emo, post-goth shit that we would get, you know. My Chemical Romance and Newfound Glory and all that shit. What became a half of those? Yeah, groomers and pedos and stuff. And it was the same with those influencers, like, because a lot of teenage girls were just let loose onto Warp Tour, you know. And we're talking like 12-year-old, 14, 16, you know. And the parents are like, yeah, go on off. And like, these creepy bastards would take them back to their buses and that, you know. Typical shit you'd almost expect out of the old rock stars. None of it's right, but to do that on this level is truly messed up. And trust me, I'm not just throwing stories out there. Like, I've seen the stories. It wasn't even about them coming out with the Me Too movement afterwards. I have seen it because they filmed everything back then, you know. Welcome to Warp Tour. I remember them all. And I think I can name at least one or two out of all of them. There was probably like fucking 25 of them. 2 of them that turned out to be normal people. And that's fucking crazy. That is crazy. Jesus. The rest of them are either locked up, fucking drugs, overdose, you name it. Or just fucking, yeah, locked up over weird allegations or cancelled. I hate this cancel shit because they're allowed to just go about their lives and they just get off the internet. Some of them anyway. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why isn't there like a proper police force in each country that investigates this stuff? Or how about just people go to the police in the first place? Anyway, let's do amusement again. Alright, cool. So at night time you get a choice just to go to sleep or stay up and watch TV or read a book, and it'll help some of your stats, but you will be tired the next day, so you lose a little bit of HP. But yeah, it's definitely the best way of getting the most out of it. Nice. So we just did a boss there, the TATZELWURM. He was cool. He's like a little Chinese dragon looking thing. He's awesome. Digging under the ground. You have to kind of bonk him on the head. Then nice. Alright. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this one. I've kind of, if you probably didn't notice, or maybe you did, but I've been kind of just chilling these last couple of weeks with games. We did start 5 of them, so it's only natural that they then would become the games. Oh, there's another earthquake. Something is off. Whoa! What the fuck? That's so creepy. What's he doing in your bedroom? Whoa. So they're starting to invade the town, are they? That's one of the loot goblins. What the hell? They usually stay off in the area, so you can tell the mayor's doing absolutely nothing Stop the spread. Did he steal all my shit? There he is. They're trying to teach us something. Or like kobolds or something, look out. So yeah, I've kind of just been rocking out. Oh god, here we go. Yeah. Jesus. Everyone's just like la 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 la. Rocking out those games. But we've been starting up little games here and there, which has been really fun too. You know, we went through the Deadpool game, we played the 2 Force Unleashed games. Now we're doing a little bit of Tomb Raider too. So yeah, nice. I think it's just there's so much coming now at the end of the month. I'm like, if I start something massive, it's going to get, I won't get to finish it till like December or something, you know? I don't want to do that. What I do want to do is play Dragon Age Inquisition, the 3rd game, because I never properly gave it a shot. And with Veilguard coming out, it's meant to be around Halloween, like 26th or something. But we'll see. Tomorrow they're actually going to reveal it. Now, it's not being received very well. They're going a little more combat, action, RPG stuff because of just the way Souls-like games and stuff is coming. People aren't too happy about that, and they said the art style's a bit Fortnite-y, whatever that means anymore. I don't really agree with that, but we'll see. They kind of said the same thing about fucking Avowed, calling it looking like Sea of Thieves and stuff. I'm starting to think that the vocal minority, not the average gamer, the vocal minority that spends their days on Reddit and 4chan and Twitter, are just extremely angry at the world and everything, including every single game that comes out. Of all the people, like, I'm not Mr. fucking, bigger streamer, hanger-oner, but Nadeshot, of all people, came out and mentioned exactly my sentiment that I've had for the last couple of years now, which is, he was saying, like, in his case, it's all the competitive games, so I don't really give a fuck. I have no dog in that race. But he's basically saying that nobody's giving games a chance anymore. They're shitting up and down on everything. Now, if you're annoyed at games becoming political or bullshit been put into them, then hell yeah, go for it. You know, there is a place for that. We've gone too far, though. I do think there's a lot of hidden racists just using Sweet Baby and DEI stuff to actually go after games, you know, but they're secretly, because it always seems to be female characters that are people of color, and it's like, okay then, there's a trend there, you know. Quacks like a duck, acts like a racist, it's probably a racist, you know. But they don't seem to have any trouble when it's anything. It's just fucking stupid. Anyway, it's besides the point. But yeah, so he was mentioning, I think he likes that Ubisoft game X. I call it, it's X Defiant, but I call it X Deviance, because that tends to be who plays those kind of games. Dr. Disrespect and stuff, you know. But it was just so funny that he had mentioned that. I was like, I have the same sentiment. I don't care about, he's just kind of defending a game. He probably has a sponsorship with it. But I do have that sentiment where we do hate on shit. Like, come on, like, we watch all of these streams. Gamescom is coming up. Watch it in the chat. They shit on everything. And these days, these kids can't even form a sentence, so it's just W's. Everything gets written off by W's and L's, you know? It's just stupid. So stupid. Yeah, the cops don't seem too switched on at all. They're like, oh yeah, it's just sewage and magical energy pouring out of everywhere. Good lord. But anyway, yeah, like, obviously, it's so important now more than ever to be a fair critic. But critic, absolutely, you know? And we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place these days because we have no proper outlet. You're either screaming into the void of Twitter and Reddit, or your Steam review bombing, which is complete nonsense. You know, it gets the message across, but at what cost? It's a blanket thing. We need a proper feedback system. So right now, that's what you're getting. You're getting angry babies throwing their prams out of it, and what's getting lost in between it is the actual problem. Like, take for instance right now the huge issue surrounding Helldivers 2, which is a game that has exploded, one of the top-selling games of the year, and we're only in August, you know. We haven't even got to the big fall gaming season, you know. And they have fundamentally stepped on a rake every single month since the game has come out. It's unbelievable to watch. I cannot fathom what's going through their heads right now. I don't know if it's Sony interference. I don't know if it's a stupid CEO who's really trying to keep up with the kids. And you know who's coming to Helldivers defense? It's actually the Palworld developers, if you can believe it. And basically, in that sense, there's this kind of, you know, the game died, the game is a success, the game is dead kind of thing, you know. There's a lot of these simple-minded kids do, you know. They're like, uh-oh, it fell off, game fell off, that's it. So they're doing that with Palworld and Helldivers in like a teeter-totter seesaw motion, you know. And I'm like, do you not realize it's just it's the same player base that's moving because there's a new update? This happens. It's happening right now with Diablo. Diablo 4, people didn't give a shit about it a month ago, but now the new season's here and everyone's talking mad good stuff about it. Anyway, so yeah, that's now I'm just talking about the player base stuff. What actually is going on with Helldivers 2 is they've got into a nasty habit, and one of developers, it's happened with Destiny and Destiny 2, one of developers' worst things that they can do, and it is overbalancing, over interfering in your game. Nothing has a chance to breathe, you know. So every new balance, every new gun, every new update never gets a chance to breathe before they're it happens in Fortnite as well. I know it's a stupid example, but it's a live action death knell. Just stop it. You're not going to please everybody, so just fucking balance something the first time and let it breathe, you know. If there's a 100% or 90% of your player base hates this thing, then yeah, remove it or change it or balance it. But if you're trying to please the 50% on this side versus the 50% on that side, you're never going to win. You're never going to win. And you're going to dig yourself into a grave. Your entire company and the game, more importantly, will be digging straight into a grave every time. And they don't see that, you know. They just want to please fans. You ain't going to please everybody. You can't. So it's happening in a big way. Whereas Palworld's just like, here's some new mons and here's some new fucking areas. Boom. But Helldivers, like, they can't get anything right, you know? The latest fucking shit is the flamethrower. And there's also a whole lot of nonsense where they had some horrible Reddit mods which were on their community team, community managers and social media team. And as you can imagine, I'm sorry, but we use Reddit mods and Reddit as a lowest common denominator because it is. I'm sorry, it's been known for fucking 15 years now, the state of the people hanging out there. Most of it's just normies, which is fine, you know. You'll have like, am I an asshole because I zip my balls up in my pants, and things like that. That's the normie shit. But in that is this seeding Reddit fucking mod kind of dude, you know. Reddit mods became Discord mods, became Twitch mods. They're the same people, you know. The same kind of greasy ass motherfuckers that are simping and just haven't touched grass in a while. On both sides, male and female, and trust me, you might have a picture of a male right now, but they're exactly the same on the female side. Like, Jesus Christ. Usually goes hand in hand, as I said, with many piercings and multicolored hair and culture appropriation. Fucking wearing like Native American earrings and hats and wearing a battle vest and pretending you're punk when you're more of a hipster than you ever were. And the list goes on and on. On and on and on. Anyway. Hell yes. I don't label myself. I'm in no group. I'm pretty much just a simple Irish dude. I have my own little fashion sense. Not great, you know, but just wear whatever the fuck I want when I want, and if it fits and I like it. To me, like, I go by the classic rules, which is every man should have a suit, every man should have a leather jacket, and every man should have a good fucking pair of boots. And that's about it. Everything else, just fucking wear whatever the hell you want. But yeah, those three things will get you through life. They go with everything. You know, you could make 50 different outfits out of one suit if you want, you know. And then leather jackets is just, yeah, that's just a me thing. It's a me thing. It's like a second skin for me. That's why I don't like summer as much as most people. So what's the story with this mushroom stuff? It's like added new bridges. Ew, it moves while we're on it. That's so gross. It's kind of cool too. Anyway, so yeah, Helldivers 2, I wish them all the best. Great game, but it's quickly becoming its own worst enemy. Yeah, and what's happening now is the player base are doing what they do best, which is just comedy gold. They're throwing their dummies out of a pram. So what they're doing is Helldivers works on this thing where it's like, hey, defeat this enemy, and it's like an active thing that happens in the community, and you kill all the 10 billion aliens, and all this stuff happens, you know. They're refusing to do that. They're allowing the aliens to win and destroy Super Earth. And if that doesn't say everything, it's like basically like spitting the dummy out of the pram, fucking folding your arms and not doing what you want to do in the game. So yeah, they're very pissed off. And same thing happened with Destiny. Like, talk to anybody. How many times did they fuck up the exotics? How many times did they fuck up the raids? Or they got rid of a character who would sell an item and they don't do it anymore? The list goes on. I'm telling you, you'd be blue in the face talking about this stuff for sure. And something that I'm not actively a part of. It's just I missed the train on those things and then was glad I missed the train in the end. Because I'm like, okay, yeah. Live service stuff, it's up and down. I mean, even the little bit of Fortnite I fucking do play, I'm like, this is ass, man. This is brain torture in live, you know, in fucking motion. Why are we doing this to ourselves? And it goes the same for all of them, you know, from Apex to Call of Duty to Helldivers to all of them. It's like, Jesus. Just falling in now, love. It's like an abusive relationship. So yeah, that kind of shit's going on. But, like, that's why I always fall back. Oh yeah, let's try the double slash. Shabam! Oh, that's really cool, dude. Oh my god, it actually, like, penetrates through them. Whenever I feel down about AAA, which is, you know, probably honestly the last 10 years, and same as anyone else, you get disillusioned about these things. You're like, I hate corporations, blah blah blah. But I have got into this habit now. Every time I feel bad on things, I just immediately slide over. I'm like, hey, let's support indie games. Look at this fucking game right now. Look what's on your screen. I think we switch off mentally. We have that kind of, that it might not be the narrative dissonance, but we have that kind of dissonance between and that surreal feeling of you've waited 3 years for a game is out, you're playing game, but you forgot to take a breath and realize, step out for a second and go like, I'm actually playing this game and I'm enjoying it, instead of eating something, spitting it out, giving it a review, a rating or a reaction, and moving on to the next thing. And it is part and parcel because of social media. Everything is fast fashion, fast game, fast everything, and then it's over. But yeah, we just need to take a second, because I'm telling you, when we were kids, that's all we had, you know. That's all we had. You'd have a game for fucking a year. It's like, play it whether you like it or not. That's why people can have really unusual takes on games that you might consider bad or so bad or they're cult hits or whatever, because probably that's all they had, you know. Alright, what's this one? Mushroom. That's the one we're actually going for, a Mushroom Isle, so we want to go this way. Okay, cool, I'm going the right way. Right? I hope so. But yeah, just enjoy what you want to enjoy. Enjoy your life, you know. Like, I think even I get into rants and stuff, and definitely more political stuff. It's so hard to avoid, right? Because it's just in your face these days. And I desperately want to avoid that. Like, I don't want to stop people talking about it ever. I don't shy away from any topic because, as we said, freedom of speech. And in a world of snowflakes and cancellations, you're like, the moment we stop talking about stuff is the moment that we let that thing win. Because not people win. That topic, that thing. Jeez, he's going fucking come here. Oh, every time he's, for whatever reason. Oh, it is lightning. Okay, it looks like blue flames to me, but he's shocking the piss out of me. You're a meanie. Alright, in this world we have the tornadoes, which you can also step inside, which will block you from damage, and you can just push it into them. This level also has one of the best spells. It's just a very common little flame spell, but it does, as you can see, over 500 damage, which kills most things in one go. Shabam! Look at that! And then they explode afterwards. I like those guys. Yeah, I love this game. So yeah, try out some indie games, try out some cool things if you're feeling disillusioned by AAA games. The way I do it is with AAA games, I kind of I'll shit on them, bite my tongue, and still kind of play them, because it's a part of gaming too, whether we hate it, and definitely hate it sometimes. You gotta be that guy playing fucking Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows, knowing how bad of a company Ubisoft is. And it's just, I know I'm part of the problem, but I do enjoy those games as a sort of turn off your brain. It's no different than someone going to watch a Transformers movie or a Marvel movie, and that's just how I feel about it. You know it's not going to help your brain, and you know it's not going to light up your life, but if you get a few chuckles and a bit of fun out of it, then it was worth it. And that's okay. Not everything has to be fucking Game of the Year or a big brain teaser or fundamentally change who you are as a person. Don't gotta do that. So now that we're going back to each place, now that we can open up chests, there's now new bridges. You see that kind of way? It really has that kind of Zelda Metroidvania thing going on. So yeah, fucking Romnus be cool. Hey Bernie, how you doing, sir? Hello. Yeah, I end up buying Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands. It's such an ironically named game, but it's quite a forgotten game. I do think I have it on 360 somewhere, but it's also one of those games I just never have in the moment when I need it. But I'm going to keep playing some of those Prince of Persia games, because we stopped that Warrior Within because my save got corrupted. But the next one after that is Two Thrones, which is really good. He's having like two souls in one body, having a bit of a schizophrenic game moment. It's kind of cool. And then Forgotten Sands came way after, like 2012, but even after the actually it might have been 2009, I can't remember, but it came even after the 2008 Prince of Persia game, and it was their feeble attempt at trying to recapture the Sands of Time magic because of the 2008 one not being properly... Oh my god, these must be very difficult enemies. I almost got one shot in it, bro. But yeah, interesting though, all the same. Oh, see, I opened up a new slot talking to that guy, and I never put anything into it. So that's my fault, and you can't do it in combat. So I'm probably dead. Yeah, fucking interesting times for sure. So yeah, I think Kingdom Come Deliverance, the word on the grapevine is early 2025, so technically a small... They've said that they don't want to be on top of anything, but sure, Avowed is coming out now in November. They've said that Stalker 2, they think Stalker 2 is one of their rivals. I don't see that at all. I still think if they put that game out in December, it would do huge. Indiana Jones is meant to be December. We're going to have a big Gamescom thing. I wish that would freeze them. It doesn't. We'll have a big Gamescom thing coming up, and apparently we'll have the release date for Indiana Jones. And Dragon Age Veilguard is going to have a release date tomorrow. The rumor for that one is Halloween week, so one of the October 20s, one of them. We'll see about that. Look at this guy, he's like a wicker man. I love him. Cool. Yeah, we'll see how things go on. Still lots and lots. Like, there's actually a couple of little hidden gems that haven't been announced yet, so keep an eye out. Now, there will be a lot of rehash and re-releases and that, you know, and remakes. Silent Hill 2 and Until Dawn and that. And we should hear about the Dark Pictures next game, Directive 8020, which is meant to be a hyper-futuristic horror game. Think Jason X or something like that, you know. I mentioned Jason X and everyone's like, oh fuck! And I like Jason X. That perfect level of, oh look at that. Oh, I'm not dead. I didn't die. She shot through me. I should be dead. I should be dead. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm not dead. Yeah. And then there's so many crazy things going on right now. The current Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you can believe this shit, I swear someone does be listening to me. Or I hear a rumor, forget about it, and then bring it up in the stream randomly. There's talks of being able to get out of the planes and walk around and have a little simulator that way. Now, whether you can actually do anything, maybe it's just to take in the sights, but my goodness, that team is amazing. If you can believe it, the guys who made the Flight Simulator games are the guys who make the Plague Tale games. There's a SoB and a SoBa and all that. One does the Astrobot thing. They're not the same. And then one does, as I said, yeah. And obviously, Plague Tale 3 should be happening. And then, I think when I kill her, there's going to be more people. So this really isn't worth it. I'm just wasting time again while I'm chatting. Yeah, the Little Nightmares guys pretty much split into two teams. Which is really cool. So, Tarsier will be showing off their new horror game, which will be apparently completely brand new, you know, not anything got to do with Little Nightmares at all. Now, we've seen a little teaser from it, and it's basically this weird pig with his intestines hanging out, and he turns to the camera and just starts talking in a really gruff voice. It's really creepy. And then we have Little Nightmares 3, which is coming, and it will be co-op, which is something that, but I hope it's fucking online co-op. I'm getting sick of all these games doing cheeky couch co-op and then just nothing. I think in some ways, like things like Steam Remote Play has been such a boon, but also such a disaster, because they're like, oh well, we don't need to do that. And Nintendo, like, they tripled down this entire generation of doing, oh, her laser wasn't even coming out of her. They did couch co-op with everything. Ah, it was another phase. See, this is what fucks me. I wish I could get me health back. Oh well. Yeah. Oh, he actually got me on top of the tornado. It's never happened before. Sheesh. Okay. Fuck you then. Fuck you too, bitch. Damn. Alright, we won't keep bashing our head against the... We want to go this way, though. We're trying to get down there. They're only level 5, but these guys I thought were level 8, right? That's not right. So I think maybe I don't go across the bridge instead? Yeah, okay. So yeah, lots of great fucking games still coming for sure. Hell yes. I think what's happening, and I'm right there with you guys, we feel the absence of Sony, you know. I think they've been making a lot of wrong moves, but they're still an incredible company, and no one really does that single player like Sony, so we're feeling that absence. It's their own fault. This is the fallout of 2+ years of trying to do live service stuff. Like, things like Spider-Man 2, God of War, all those were kind of spaced out on purpose to give the live service stuff time, and then they went and cancelled like 6 or 8 games, you know. As we speak, they're still kicking themselves about The Last of Us Part 2. But there's something else I had heard. I had heard that it's not completely dead. That they had worked on it for 3+ years, up to nearly 4 years. I've heard that it might not be completely dead. That the sheer outcry from the fandom, from the community, all the way up to the journalists and the influencers and that, they may be trying to bring it back. It's not something that you just control alt delete, you know what I mean? So if I was them, I'd pick that up. I would honestly just get another team on it, you know? Get those Fire Sprite guys, or get the Concord guys on it, or whatever, you know? Concord's coming out next week. Yeah. I know, you fucking forgot, so did I. No one fucking cares. That game is dead on release. I feel so bad for him. But you know what's funny? It's having a nice reaction for a change. It's making Blizzard stand up for a second and cop on. And I didn't know this, but there's no longer a mode in Overwatch 2. It's like 6v6. There's no longer that stuff. Is that true? Like, that's like the basic stuff. You can't do that? That's mad. How do we do this? We can't go into the purple water. Weird. Right? We definitely can't. Maybe I can move this around. Ah. Okay. And I gotta bring a bomb over there. But I can't get over there. Yeah, you can't go in the water at all. Tornado can. You can't even sit in the tornado. As far as I know, it used to kill me all the time. Yeah, let me try it. Why not? It's only a death. I think it insta-kills you. No, it doesn't. Okay, what the fuck me? I swear I did that before. Gotta bring one of these bombs back. But yeah, so Sony is heavily leaning on third-party money hat stuff they've bought themselves, and remakes and stuff. Like, really, the only new thing they've done in the last since Returnal is Astrobot. That's bad. Like, Spider-Man's just Spider-Man 2. God of War Ragnarok's just God of War 2 or 5 or whatever the fuck you want to call it these days. It's bad out there. Now, to sit there and say that means that Sony doesn't have anything cooking would be just complete and utter lies, and you don't know Sony then. You've got a lot of dumbasses on both sides, and there's a lot of doom and gloom. Even on the Sony side, yeah, the Sony fan side, which is so foolish. I'll tell you why this stuff happens. It's a bit of brain rot, but it's also because nothing on this planet sells as strong and as well as hate. Closest second would be like sex, but hate still wins out. And then put the two of them together, you get a little bit of angry fucking, which is also fun. Come here, you little bastards. Why does that get lost? Sons of bastards. Alright, let's bring them here. So we'll go the long way. Screw you. I think if I just chill here, is that enough? Maybe. Nice. Probably multiple ways of doing that. But I want to know how to get over there. There's a chest. You might be able to jump. Yeah, there you go. The jump in the game is an auto jump, you know, something like Banjo and that. You don't have full control over it. So, it's your best friend, your worst enemy, all wrapped up into one. I don't mind it, it's fine, but I don't know why they did that. I think they were just afraid of people going out of bounds or something. I don't know why they did that. Because there's nothing on the A button, you know. If there was some life or death button on it, you're like, I'm sorry, we need this. Then yeah, I'd be okay with that. That's not the case. That double slash is banging. Why haven't I been using that? I didn't know it had penetration like that. Unfortunately, I have to side with Jason X being terrible. Oh, how's it going, Pyro? No, it is not. It's so bad, it's good. Come on, boy. Don't you see it for what it is? The fucking, what was it? The nitroglycerin? Not glycerin, what's the other one? The one that freezes you. That one, the freeze death. Oh, I thought it was pretty good. It's better than Jason in Manhattan. That's my thoughts. But yeah, remember I had mentioned there was Halloween games coming. And there is, and I do think one of them was that 16-bit jobby. I do. But the other one's meant to be big Unreal 5 one. And then I think Friday the 13th is meant to come back in some way. Now, knowing our shitty luck, it'll just be that game with put into Unreal Engine 5. There's a high chance of that happening. Because if it's cheap and it's popular, they'll do it. And we'll see. But the other one, the one they've talked, it's said to be in collaboration with, John Carpenter. So, we'll see. We'll see how things are going. I don't know. I would love, like, give me a story-based Halloween game, you know? What's this? We're going to blow this horn. Cool. Oh, it doesn't get much more Austrian than that unless she starts yodeling or something. What did that do? Start the water or something? We'll figure it out. How you doing today, sir? Oh, I think it cleaned the water. I shit you not. That water was not like that. Is that a thing, I wonder, in folklore? Blowing a horn and cleaning the water? That's the power of nature. Power of some big lungs. Nice. It's been fun playing some Tomb Raider 2. Like I said, it's been a minute since I played it. Probably over 10 years. So you have that kind of heavy nostalgia. And then your brain kicks in. You're like, no, you're too far ahead of yourself. So I love it. It's just a jumbled memory mess. And it's wonderful. And I just remember how much I love that game. I think 1 probably trumps it because of just how iconic everything is. You know, everywhere you go. But 2 just, it improves on everything, you know. Even if people don't like as many of the human enemies and that, I get that. It improves on everything else. Look at some of this texture work. It's crazy, dude. It's like straight out of like Across the Spider-Verse. It's so clean. Performance in this game has just been smashing as well. I know it's an indie game, so you don't expect much out of them, but fuck it. Game dev is hard, you know. It's not fucking easy. Anything in there? Oh. Try making a fucking video game. Hands down the worst slasher franchise. I debate if there's even a good Friday the 13th movie. Ooh. Well, see, slashers by just the way they are, dude, it's never a great, you know, high quality series. But they do stand on their own, you know. They're all cheesy and so bad they're good. Every one of them. I would argue some of the Freddy stuff is really incredible effects and that, but for the most part, the guy himself is a goober, you know. He's a goober. The fucking skinny dude in the jacket and fedora. Like, someone kick his ass, right? That's why Freddy vs. Jason is fucking hilarious. Some of the shit they do to each other, it's hilarious. There's one bit where he just picks up Freddy and just throws him through the wall and uses him as basically a wrecking ball. It's hilarious. That shit's good. And then, like, Freddy's doing all the quips and stuff like he always does. But Jason doesn't talk, so it's just this weird, this big galoot and this annoying little shite. So funny. If you watch them like that, where you're like, oh, like gross out humor kind of stuff, then you're fine. You go in thinking this is going to be meant to be scary or whatever. Nope. Those movies are made for one thing and one thing only. That is to bring your girl to the cinema, have her clutch on you and just start making out. That's about it. That's about it. That kind of gross out humor. And she's like, oh, and she looks away and there you go. Hence why there's like not a single one on that goes by without some titties or some sex in it. Where it becomes a trope. I don't want to go on any zip lines we can't come back from yet. But we have the coin. Each dungeon has a select number of chests. But then some of them have a special commemorative coin that you want to collect those as well. For your chivos. Alright, let's get over there. I think we're going to double back that way to get out of here. Look at all this stuff over here. This is a proper little platform in place. I think Scream is the only genuinely good one. Cool, dude. Now, which one? Which one? Just Scream in general? Have you watched some of the newer ones? I'm seeing this weird retroactive people enjoying Scream 4 and the short-lived Scream show. It's all shit. Oh, it's all shit. But the 2 newer ones, I can't argue. I actually think they're pretty good. Now, the fucking state of the franchise right now, where she brought up Palestine and has now lost her job, and then Jenna Ortega's like, well, I'm a big Hollywood bitch now, so I don't need this. Bye. It was exactly what she wanted. She got the bow out. Alright, looks like we're looking for horns. Oh, these actually move. That'll make things interesting. Yeah, but they're trying to get them back together. It's so funny. It's going to be slowly called the Disney fucking clause. Like Barbra Streisand effect. It's going to be like the Disney effect, where they just keep shooting themselves in the foot because they jumped the gun. It's like, is this the political leaning? Is this what the kids are getting cancelled over? Okay, cancel them. It's like, whoops, that only lasts a week on the internet, but you've destroyed someone's career forever. Which is it going to be? I think they've only ever publicly apologized like once, right? Did they even? Maybe they didn't even do it, did they? It was James Gunn, right? Did they actually get a public apology? Was it one of those, we're sorry, you know, from fucking South Park, the dude with the oil? We're sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. You're not sorry at all, man. You're sorry you got caught. Sorry it hurt your bottom line. That's about it. I'm sorry. So sorry. That I was such a fool. Alright, that's enough of that. I see the horn. Yeah, Scream is fun. The reason why Scream works so much is because of its self-awareness. That's why. It's able to talk about the other movies. It's able to talk about the rules and all that. It's pretty good. Once they got rid of Randy, though, I was like... And, like, arguably some of the more iconic characters needed to die a long time ago. With Courtney Cox's character and David Arquette. Those two were like in a relationship, and they thought they were, because of the drawing power of Friends, they thought keeping Courtney Cox in there was a good idea. Nice. Was not a good idea. She's a hateful bitch. I do not like that woman. If you want to call her a woman. She's a strange egg. Look at that! How was that X5? That would have cost 20,000. You gain 1. Doesn't even give you an extra slot. That's broken or something. That's weird. X5. It changes. You lose 1 physical attack for 1 magical attack. But it's X4, X5. It's usually supposed to bump up in a major way. It sucks. I spent 48,000 on this. You better fucking let me sell it for that, you bastards. No, I'll get like 10% of it. So yeah, never liked her as an actress. I liked her here. Like people always say, like, oh, who even watched Friends? Nowadays, that's what they say about The Office. Like, who even watched The Office when it came out? It does have that weird effect. The Friends had the same issue. Here's the thing. I'll tell you, Friends has no right with the legacy it has. No right. Like, it's not that good at all. The first 4 seasons, though, it was coming out of SNL, and they would have. It was basically just stand-up, you know. They would have a little studio audience. And I would argue that those first 4 seasons are actually good TV. And they're so good, in fact, this is weird, you guys wouldn't believe this, but they used to sell cassette tapes and CDs of the soundtracks of these shows, right? That's pretty normal, right? But get this, it would have pieces of the TV show in it with the jokes before the songs and stuff. So you'd have like a Chandler, you know, monologue, and then it would start playing the Rembrandts or whatever. It's very strange. And there was also these CDs. It was called like it was like now that's what I call music, which is going like 20 years. It was like that, but it was basically just TV hits. It was all these TV songs, you know. And yeah, some of them would just have pieces of the show in it. It was a very strange listening experience. But as a kid, you're just like, yep. So yeah, I think that's when it was good. Once they went to London, and then came back, they knew their own success, and they became a victim of it. And it was really shite. Monica became a psycho. The whole Monica-Chandler relationship was really annoying. Joey and Phoebe just became really stupid. Like, they'd have funny moments, but it was just embarrassingly stupid. Ross just became a complete psychopath. So yeah, that show, it went for 10 seasons, but you're only good for about 3 or 4. Just switch off after that. Just doing yourself a favor. Or just don't even watch it all. The Office. We didn't get The Office for a long, long time, so I definitely relate to that kind of feeling. I think that was an NBC jobby or something, one of those, so we didn't get a lot of that stuff. Or HBO, one of those. We didn't get a lot of those at all. Even when we got like things like Sex and the City or whatever was popular, they came over singularly, you know. It was like, this channel got the rights to them, E4 or whatever. So yeah, it was weird like that. Now they're trying to reboot The Office. I don't think The Office is overrated though. I think it's very well done. I think the last couple of seasons fall off, and it's not just when Michael leaves. I think once they double down on Andy and everything. was not really my favorite character. Yeah, it was rough. And then like Will Ferrell's, oh Jesus, just in my opinion, did not like all that, because there's a bit where they're giving Michael his send off and they do a little song, and Steve Carell didn't know about it. He knew they were doing an episode about Michael Scott going, but he didn't know about this song. So the song is like so cute and sad, and I think like Steve Carell's having a genuine crying moment, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, that's not Michael Scott doing a bit anymore. This is all of the cast members saying goodbye to someone. And then they have Will Ferrell there, and he just ruins the entire moment. It's meant to be an awkward moment, I get it, that's the whole shtick of the show. But it's ruined, he ruins it forever. I skipped the scene when he starts singing. They're all singing this song. Michael's like in tears, and you can even see his emotional moment leaves as soon as Will Ferrell it was near the end of Will Ferrell's career, in my opinion. It was right around the time he started doing those Daddy's Home and all that shit. Like, his last good movie, arguably, was like Talladega Nights or something. Or maybe some of his serious stuff that you didn't watch, like Everything Must Go and Stranger Than Fiction and stuff. But yeah, the dude can't act, he's not funny anymore. I'm sorry, it's done. It's done. I think we just all moved on from that. It's super sad, I don't want that to happen, but that's just the way life goes. But Jesus Christ. So yeah, he's not been in anything worth a damn in quite some time. Looks like they want me to jump there. So yeah, putting him into the office, it was really weird because they were trying to, it was clear that there was like a misunderstanding and then a falling out, so he didn't renew his contract for Steve Carell for Michael Scott. So then they fucking did this weird thing where they spent most of the season trying to get his replacement. And there's a few cool things, like Michael Scott meeting Ricky Gervais, like it's kind of a passing of the torch or whatever the fuck they want to call it. I think Ricky Gervais always harbored a little bit of anger towards the overall success of that show versus his own, even though the UK office is arguably like more contained and probably better as a standalone thing anyway, you know, so I wouldn't really compare either of them really that much. But it's just different humor as well. But yeah, so they fell off. I think it fell off. What was that one where they had like those dumb mini Dwight and mini Jim stuff as well? That was absolute dog water. Some really shitty actors as well. They were like wannabe up and coming comedy actors doing like Hot Tub Time Machine. That was about it, and did fuck all. And he was the sidekick in Kick-Ass. That was it. Like that and like, this is not enough to put him into The Office. I'm sorry. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate that kind of stuff. And then the mini Jim guy, I don't know who the fuck he was. Probably some leftover from Community or whatever. Never did like Community. Some great actors just brought down by a couple of bad ones, you know. Which, namely, like Chevy Chase being kind of a heinous bastard. He expects everyone to bow to him. Loved Chevy Chase in the 80s, but he became a horrible cunt. Complete ego. Same thing happened with Bill Murray, but Bill Murray finally kind of snapped out of it. Chevy Chase never did. To this day, Chevy Chase is an ego-driven bastard. I'm like, dude, you ain't done shit, you know. You can even see it in there's certain parts of like when they finally got together and got the three of them together to do Three Amigos. It's just wonderful, you know. Martin Short and Steve Martin and Chevy Chase, and there's just feel this tension in the air. It's hilarious, great movie, classic. There's this tension around Chevy Chase, and a lot of his scenes are done away from the other guys. But yeah, loved them in the 80s, loved Caddyshack, loved fucking, what's that movie that was like Flex or Fleck? Yeah, some great ones, but Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that man was a walking ego. I think it was right around the time that he kind of latched on to the Griswolds and National Lampoon. It was like, this is my bitch now. And very quickly wouldn't even bother to come back for like Vegas Vacation or Christmas Vacation 2 or any of that stuff. So you could see what had become of this guy. I don't think, like, you can see a lot of great comedians that lasted the test of time, you know. Maybe they went through some trauma, but, you know, things like Jim Carrey and that. They don't have to embarrass themselves or become pieces of shit. Generally. What the fuck do we do here? God damn it, I don't know what to do. I need to blow this up with one of the bombs. Shit. Can I throw one of these at it? I won't knock it off, will it? No. How come everything else is blue water except this part? That's fucking annoying. Let's go back down. That mustn't be the way to do it. Anyway, so yeah, it fell off. It's extremely hard. And then when they tried to do a spin-off with the farm and that, they became a victim of their own success. This always happens to shows. This is why I said every show should just have a contract and end at 5 seasons. I don't care if you want to do spin-offs, whatever you want to do. But the initial show, you get 5 seasons, do your best, do your work, and get the fuck out. Name a single show that's gone beyond 5 seasons and maintained the quality and ended well, you know. None of them. Fucking Game of Thrones. Fuck. I talk about Smallville. I love Smallville. That shit died after the 5th season, you know, but it got 10. You had like weird pregnancy scares. Like nothing says fucking Superman like a pregnancy scare. Fuck. And then like we had Supergirl season, which was okay, and then immediately write her out of the story. And Doomsday immediately. It just, none of the villains could fucking stick around. So it was pretty rough. Yeah. Maybe some of the older shows or the soap operas you get away with it, you know. And then think of some of your best shows of all time. You're like, huh, it only had 5 or 6 seasons or something, or 2. Whatever. Don't diss Community. No, see, I like Community, but I do not like those actors in it. And then Joel McHale, like, he's a moron. Now, that man is a moron. He's actually like a mini Chevy Chase. He thinks he's way popular, way more famous than he is. And what's he done lately? Hold on, I'll hold my breath and watch my watch at the same time. He's done fuck all. That guy's career is in the dirt. It's like bringing up Justin Long. Like, I remember who Justin Long is, but you don't even know who that name is. Or fucking, what's that guy's name? I can't think of it now. Fucking, I can't think of his name. Fuck! I'll have to look it up. There you go. That'll tell you all you need to know about him. Did like Good Luck Chuck and My Best Friend's Girl. Dane Cook. There we go. Is it Dane Cook? Dane something. Dane Sucks. That guy. Yeah. The list goes on. These kind of comedy actors that pop up and disappear. If your career can't even survive like 5 or 10 years, it's not really a career then, is it? It's like a stint. It's like a stint. But yeah, I hate Joel McHale. I hate Joel McHale for a number of reasons. He's got one of those punchable faces. He thinks he's better than everyone else. He destroyed a lot, and he started doing a lot of gaming stuff right around the Gamergate time, you know. So he really destroyed a lot of good graces when it comes to that stuff, and also furthered the horrible notion of that fake bullshit that's in the industry now, the Jeff Keighley bullshit. He was part of that as well. The Olivia Munns and that. And the best thing Olivia Munn ever did was fucking Psylocke. I can't think of a single thing she's done for the gaming industry besides being a nice pair of tits, as well as. Good job! You followed the Jessica Chobots and Naomi Kyles and Alana Pierces of the world. You're a pair of tits. But then, you know, these are the people that will like scream and cry and be advocates for equality and feminism. Like, you were hired for a pair of tits. You knew what you were wearing on the day. You knew what it was. You're a digital booth babe, you know. And that's probably why you got hired, you know. It's probably just because of the way the shitty industry goes, but you could just say no, you know. Half of them are now like working for a studio. They're also social media people. That's all you need to know. Or they're failing podcasts. Yeah. Fuck that shit. It's always the ones that are fucking advocates for that. You're not really a feminist or an advocate for equality at all. If you know your boobs got you into the industry. Yes. And you know, these are fucking male-dominated things. I get it. It's very, very tough for a lady. Do you think you make it easier for you or your fellow ladies to blow your way to the top? No, you send that stuff back decades. But, you know, far be it for me to, you know, fucking talk about the elephant in the room. Anyway, it is what it is. No one likes to talk about these things. Everyone else's fault. Everyone else. Same with the OnlyFans stuff. It's like, it's selling. You're pissing and moaning about the rights of sex workers, but, you know, that's not how it works, sadly. You can't advocate for this stuff while also... Look at that. That one island over there turned fucking blue, you little bastards. While also being part of the problem, you know. I think when it comes down to it, most people can just be bought and paid for, and every one of their ideals will quickly disappear when there's a couple more zeros added. It's just the way it is. It's very hard to find genuine people anymore. It's hard to find good TV shows, huh? Probably Always Sunny is a good example of a TV show that seems to just get better with age. It's fucking, yeah, right? It's fucking hard to find a few. Is this better? No. Well, no, it says minus 35? That's not right. Oh no, it brings it down to 39. Okay, I hate the way they do that. Doesn't make any sense. My brain reads it the other way, like I've done my whole life. Yes, you know how much I hate the office. Oh, I didn't know you hated it. Jesus. Is it a full-on hate? Oh, damn. Yeah, we were bringing up like old 90s stuff, and it's kind of got me in the 90s mood this whole week. I'm like, fuck yeah. Because it's kind of jump-started some old memories. You're like, I thought I buried you. Get back down there, you bastard. But yeah, I was having a chat there. I think it was yesterday I was playing Tomb Raider. Maybe, I think it was because we were playing Tomb Raider, and it just really got me nostalgic for it. I just started going through a lot of my younger life stuff, you know. Naturally, that brings up, like, what the fuck just happened there? It brings up a lot of cool kind of things you did as a kid. Yeah, it's hard to find good TV shows. I don't know, I'll never have the same connection with TV shows nowadays with subscriptions. It's a weird thing. I guess it's mainly because most of my media is now consumed through phones and tablets, and it's just not the same. I don't own a TV. I generally don't. Closest thing to a TV I have is this monitor I'm looking at right now. I don't. I used to be that guy. Like, my brother's crazy into entertainment center stuff and TVs, you know. And he would always buy. He'd be like the first to buy OLEDs, 4Ks, all that, and he paid through the nose. He's like, yeah, it was $3,000 TV, and I'm like, what? And I've seen him buy, like, he was a huge advocate for Samsung, like, he trusted them up and down. But I'd see him buy stuff and report, you know, refund it and bring it back and have something wrong with it, and like bad colors and all that. So he got into that kind of perfectionist side of TV stuff, and it's really a costly bullshit. You can see those dumbass TV reviewers and how half of them are general sociopaths. Good God. The worst thing you'll ever find is someone who preaches all that stuff. It's like, well, you see what you've got there is a piece of shit TV. Oh, you went with this one, you went with that one. All they're really doing is trying to one-up you and better their own piece of plastic. It's no different than the console warrior stuff. But yeah, I think all that stuff is, as we were growing up, we didn't have that many TVs, so I think he's secretly like living out that fantasy of being able to afford your own TV and buy your own shit and all that, and I get that, but you know, he's gonna get on a bit now for that. It's that wish fulfillment stuff. I don't think we ever really get past it, which is interesting. Like, I've seen these people when they get older and they'll buy a collector's edition. It was a very funny one where he was screaming and pissing and moaning for a collectible Wolverine. It's a very known story, and he didn't get it, and he got it recently, and it's like, it's still not good enough. That kind of behavior, you know, can be bad too. Yes. I think we've all done it from time to time though, where you're like, you got that thing you wanted. It feels good, but then you're still empty inside. Empty inside. It's hard to find some good TV. Have you guys got any suggestions? Anything that's really grabbed you lately? I really enjoyed that Dark show. There's just so much crap with Disney and Marvel too that it's a very mixed bag over there. It's not all bad, far from it. Even most of the stuff that's been reviewed bad that's not the case. Definitely have some bad episodes, but you can't write off the whole show on one bad episode unless it kills 90% of the cast or something like that. Honestly, like, as much as we've always had shows that were like the talk of the town, the water cooler stuff, you know, going back to Lost. Lost is one of the most unsatisfying, worst endings, you know, arguably. It was the true blue piece of shit that I've talked about before, where it's like, it's all a dream, you know. If you go back to that horrible cliche, you've destroyed your own TV show. But luckily, you can still enjoy the journey of these things, you know. I'm getting a Alien Romulus ad right now. It looks insane. That's my first time seeing an ad. Cool. What was what's the one? Was it Covenant, where they're trapped in the room and this thing bursts out of it and it's kind of whitish, and it doesn't burst out the same way. It bursts out of her spinal cord. It's really fucked up. But they're fighting it in the room, and there's the blood of the body, and they continue over and over again to slip on the same blood. And it's one of those moments that's meant to be action-packed thriller moment. You're trapped in this room with a monster. I can't stop laughing. They keep falling. There's a bit where she shoots the ceiling because she slips on the same blood. I don't know. I know you're in a panic state, but to do that twice, that's like something you've seen in what's it called? Home movies. Your man Bob Saget's home movies, or over here we had You've Been Framed. You've been framed, like in a camera frame or a photo frame. Anyway, I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but do you know the TV show Psych? Yeah, dude, hell yeah. That seems like a very, very pyro show. Hell yes, man. You know what I like? I like House. But I do like the actor, what's his name? Hugh Laurie? Yeah. I don't know why. I watched them back in the day and a few things. I like House. House is the type of show that I don't think you're supposed to like. He's a bit of a prick. He's a know-it-all. He's also a doctor who's just generally want to kick his ass anywhere because of current doctors. But I can't not watch it. It's so goofy and stupid. That whole fucking weird lightsaber part and everything. Oh my god. Then on the other side of it, you can't do away from the doctor side of it. You got like Californication, which really is just Mulder from X-Files, David Duchovny, fucking everything that moves. The TV show. Like, I don't even know what his job is. There's this thing, he definitely gives it off the vibe that he might be a movie producer, maybe? I don't know. Who knows? But he fucks everybody. Fucks everything. If the cat flap was a bit smaller, he'd fuck the shit out of that too. It's so funny. But you can't turn away either. Because we're all dirty bastards, and I don't mind about that. Like, I watched Sex and the City for Samantha, Kim Cattrall. That girl got down, holy shit. She's funny too. Everyone else, you got horse face, you got ginger pubes, and then prudish bitch. I don't know their names, but I watched it for Samantha. I was like, fuck yeah. And same with True Blood. And like, oh yes, I'm here for the vampires. While fucking Anna Paquin gets fucking railed, DP style. Holy shit. 2 vampire dicks for the price of 1. Like, what the fuck? This is allowed on TV? God dang. God dang. You know, I grew up with fucking Anna Paquin. She was in like Almost Famous and X-Men as Rogue. And what was that other? Fly Away Home when I was a tiny kid. So I grew up with this bitch. And you're getting fucking full frontal for free? Fucking hell, man. That's the triple F right there. Free frontal. Like, it's free the nips. So yeah, I know a lot of people hate on True Blood. It was also like a thing my girlfriend at the time liked. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yes, I will watch. Same with Desperate Housewives. Holy shit. I started watching that because of Terry Hatcher, because I was, you know, Superman, Lois and Clark in the 90s. God damn. She was the Marissa Tomei at that time. I suppose Marissa Tomei was still doing her thing, you know. Cousin Vinny and that. But holy hell. And obviously, what's another? I always get Eva Longoria as well. Jesus Christ. You'd sit there and watch it with your girl and it's like, yeah, this stupid show. And then you'd just be eating the popcorn. You couldn't take your eyes off and you're getting into the stories. I fucking hated the Brie chick. I don't know what it is about how they can portray ginger people in TV shows, man. But they're all cunts. And it's fire crotch, man, I'm telling you. There's nothing wrong with ginger people at all. I know a lot of cool people. But what the fuck is going on in TV shows? They're all fucking angry, waspy, prudish, fucking fire crotches. I've known a lot of fiery ones as well. I think that's like a trait in ginger people. Jeez, they got some tempers. My God. But for the most part, that's probably just a stereotype as well, like everything else. Like, it's well known, you know, it's a stereotype, but it's pretty well known that most Latinos and Latina ladies and guys are very fiery and passionate, but extremely batshit insane when they go there as well. And that's a stereotype. I think coming as from an Irishman, who we're all supposed to have a pint of Guinness in one hand and a red beard and a fucking leprechaun hat on the other. But trust me, I know about stereotypes. I don't think stereotypes can be necessarily a bad thing. It's just how they're used. It's all about context, people. You know? It's all about that. I don't go and like, we're not all alcoholics. Fuck you. Don't ever mention that again. Like shit, I've had people call me leprechauns. Man, fuck. I've even leaned into it with the whole squeaky voice stuff. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? But if it's a hateful stuff, then that's not a stereotype at that point. That's just like hate speech. You're like, okay, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit for doing that. You see it all the time. Oh, he's finally back, Renoir. I want to talk to this guy. People do that as they can lean into it as in a racist way, you know. Like I still see people trying to pull off like blackface and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Did you see this TikTok stuff? They're all doing this thing like, oh, it's just a charcoal face mask. I'm like, I'm sure it is, you little dweeb. I know exactly what you're doing, you piece of shit. Fucking, why'd you have to fucking film yourself? You stupid cunt. I know exactly what you're doing. Hate those type of people. Hate that stuff. That's almost worse than just blatant racism. That kind of passive-aggressive stuff. And it always comes out in these fucking Karens as well. They can't win an argument without pulling a racist piece of shit out of their fucking mouths. I hate them. They need to be slapped. You know what I mean? Like a good soap opera slap. That usually knocks them out of whatever. But if that's inside them deep down, then yeah. They're just crouching tiger, hidden racists. That's all it is. Scumbags. It's always so funny to see them do that. Just be freaking out. Just pent-up aggression. A lot of it's just built up from years, and then COVID just turned it into a tinderbox, you know? And just lit it on fire. But it's so funny. They always do it. They always do it. They're so fucking funny. Holy shit. I've never seen a country so obsessed with race as America. Like, what the fuck? How do you have those words in your brain? Like, why do you go there every time? Why is it so easy? Just because you're a little bit angry at something not going your way. Because there's something seriously wrong. It's like a fucking something in the water, like a tapeworm in the brain for years. Good lord. Don't you ever mention? Yeah, Psych, hell yes. Do you ever watch, what was that fucking other movie? Not movie, a show. What the hell's it called? Starts with an M. What the fuck is it? It's called like Moss or something? No, fuck. What the hell's it called? Maybe it's the guy in Psych. No, maybe the same actor. Shit. I hate when you have to tip it, or have it on the tip of your tongue. Tip of your brain. What the fuck is it called? It's kind of a detective thing as well. I'll never find it. It's like Moss or Moobs. I don't know. I've seen all that many TV shows. I get you. Most days people's exposure to them are TikTok and trends, and then whatever's on subscription service. Word of mouth is, I think, more important than ever. And these idiots won't realize that. That's why YouTubers and stuff are more important. Oh, Monk. There we go. Monk. It's Monk. I knew it was M-O. I was like, Moss, Moobs. I even went to Moobs, man. Watch out for them Moobs. Alright. Didn't expect the big icy guy to strike up a conversation. So he'll finally talk to us now. You've been watching. This guy is definitely a nod to Keanu Reeves or something. He's gonna fight some vampires. But yeah, if you befriend him long enough, you'll get his sword, and that's definitely what I'm aiming for. How would you say his name? Is it Renaud? Renoir? I've been calling him Renoir. It's one of those kind of French, Dutch, fucking Austrian things where it's like, oh no, you clearly just pronounce it as a Q. I've been trying to learn a bit more Mandarin, and you will not believe, like when you look at the letter X and I, you most certainly don't think that that's going to be pronounced she. I would have or shao or something like that, you know. What? Why an S? So X. Elementary, yeah, that was a good one as well. I love Lucy Liu, so I'll watch that and she's in for sure. I don't know what she's up to these days. She's kind of the Mentalist. That was pretty good too. I like a good. I watched a lot of CSI, but only the Law and Order SVU. That one I watched that one a lot. Jeez, that was good. All right, let's go. Castle and Bones, they're good as well. Yep. Hell yes. You have like the Deschanel sister in there. I don't know what the hell her name is. And David Boreanaz from Angels, so I'll definitely give that a look. And then Castle. What was her name? I don't fucking know. Shit. No, I know it was a Deschanel anyway. I can't remember. Alright. Oh, asked to sponsor you for the Hinterberg Eagle Club. I didn't know you could do that. Wow. I love his off-the-cuff stories and names. He reminds me of Axel Foley, where he always introduces him the real name and comes up. Gus Crack. Yeah, hell yeah. Have you seen the new Beverly Hills Cop yet? No? What kind of gift would he like? Something ethereal. Let's give him a gift. Oh, okay, we don't even know him that well enough. Damn it. Yeah. Alright, let's do that. That bit where you meet them to the first level, it's kind of sucks a little bit. Because you're kind of trapped. You nearly have to talk to them twice. And it's like 2 days worth. Dogs pacified by the burglar's poison sausage. What the fuck? Yeah, there is definitely some good shows. I find more people in general are going back to watch the good shows rather than whatever's out nowadays. And that's not a good sign. It's just bad writing. There's almost some shows you want them just to bring back if they got 1 or 2 seasons, but yeah. Hit the dummies, dummy. Pick up your sword. Look at his sword, looks badass. Very stereotypical, like endgame powerful. Alright, I'm going smack-a-doo. Yellow. I love how 3D the numbers are, even when you turn around. I love it. Is that good enough? We'll do sit, let us eat. I'm not hungry. He's teaching us something. I brought that. Oh, sandwiches. What kind? Probably like sardines and peanut butter or something. Your technique is adequate. Who was your master? Basic sword fighting course. I learned most of it here. And the base is in Vienna, but really I picked up in the dungeons. From your agility, I would have expected special forces. What? There's, however, a quality you lack: aggression. You are powerful, but you are timid. I'm listening. I'm not an aggressive person. Yeah, come on. Stand up, throw your sandwich in the dirt. Fight these monsters. This is your last stand. Do not hold back, not for a moment. Show me you never tire. Alright, Austrian Keanu Reeves. Hurrah! I will never tire. Keep going. Oh look, she tried to hit him. There's the combos. It looks like the attack. This is what he's going to give us this thing. Oh, look at this. Physical damage up? Oh my god, I've been missing this for so long. What a fool. What a fool I've been. This is a combo count he's going to give you. Yeah. I clearly picked the wrong people. He's the dance of death. Practice. It gives me like Leon the Professional vibes too. Zabadoo. Always need more cop shows. True. Yeah, yeah. Like, DPG talks about all these cop shows, but they're more those kind of Americanized, you know, Miami Vice spin-off stuff, like all that stuff, which is fine, you know. But it's not the same. Like, if you want the real shit, you know, you gotta go out and find that. Like, The Shield is fucking insanely good. You ever watch The Shield? Nice. There you go. I didn't know the combo counter was gonna help us, man. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I should have done this guy earlier. Ah, well. Ah, well. There's some newer ones like, no, I suppose they're not that new anymore, like Blue Bloods and that. That's full on. Like, how much of a cop stuff do you want to do? But, yeah, they were good. What was that other one? Ah, fuck, I always get it mixed up with 2 other ones. It wasn't called The Riot. It was something like that. Shit. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. I'll never find it. It's too much. I think your brain just like copies stuff and then sometimes overwrites things so you forget, and then you've got room for new things, you know. And then you forget some of the old stuff. Bam, 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 bam. It's usually in everybody's top 10 for a good reason. One of the best shows of all time. I just can't fucking... How it was called? What the fuck was it called? Shit. Oh. I've yet to watch it though. I was going to, but I paused it because I thought it's going to be shit, isn't it? Oh no. You got that feeling in it. There's been some really good detective Irish dramas coming up. Every now and then Ireland do that. It's good, but it'll be like the entire fucking thing. It's basically about this detective who comes back to her hometown to solve a murder, and everybody like treats her like shit, you know. And then you find out that her father committed murder-suicide, and everybody blamed her as a kid and all this. It's fucking weird. So she, naturally enough, she just left. She just ran away, and that kind of small town Ireland stuff definitely hit home. And Yeah, she's just a badass. That one was really good. I ended up watching it with my mom of all people. It was really good, even with some pretty fucked up shit going on in it, as I said. It was like sex trafficking and child abuse and, as I said, murder-suicide, which is pretty fucked up. But damn! And it was interesting because how much it leaned into the small town stuff where people would hide behind religion and they would... And then there was another documentary. It was just, actually, that one was just a show, but there was another one that was a documentary. And it was about this horrible story in Ireland from the 80s about this teenager who got pregnant, and her parents like denounced her and all this stuff. And at the time, like I said, the church rules with an iron fist back then. So it's a very well known story in Ireland, that's for sure. They ended up kind of keeping her in isolation and all this stuff, and they tried to... I think she ended up basically dying from in childbirth from like malnutrition, all this sort of stuff. I can't remember for sure. They were trying to blame it on the lad that knocked her up, you know. But it was the parents, really. That it was neglect and oppression because they were obsessed with the church. And even when everything went tits up, they refused to admit to any guilt or anything. They were just obsessed. Just psycho stuff. Now, I'll tell you the power of the church in this cunt of a country. And there's still places in the south of Ireland and the west of Ireland that hold on to these values with an iron fist, and you will not shake them. And even though each generation will slowly lose the hold, it's still there, you know. Walking into a kitchen and having a big fucking scary looking picture of Jesus on a cross or Mary. Yeah, things like that. Like they were meant to, they bring them in for good graces and that. It was a spirituality thing, but in Ireland they treated it almost like a fucking magical, I don't know what the word, like a physical entity, you know. It was weird, like you don't speak the fucking Lord's name in vain, all that kind of shit. You don't, the 10 Commandments are like, it's scary stuff, but it was almost like a physical entity, and it would oppress people in the house, and the parents wouldn't, it got so bad the parents wouldn't have to say anything, and it would just destroy a child's outlook on life, their happiness, how they're meant to act in a social way, and that, you know, it's just horrible. I've seen, luckily I wasn't part of that, thankfully. I felt it, but yeah, it wasn't too bad in our household, mainly from my father's side. I just don't think he knew any better. But I'd have a chat with my mom. Even to this day, we still have a little laugh about it, where it's like, yeah, it's just true out and out brainwashing. There's no other way around it. Everyone in Ireland has that story, sadly, whether it's family, extended family, your own family, does not matter. And yeah, crazy. North Scotland's too religious. Yeah, dude, fucking madness. There's nothing wrong with having an old superstitious granny, but that's what it was like. Yeah, superstitious. It was almost like an entity. It was like a ghost in your house, but it was the ghost named fucking religion. Horrible, horrible stuff. Like I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And it is part and parcel why I hate all that stuff. I do not abide by it. Like, have your own spirituality, your own journey, and your own beliefs, but it has nothing got to do with organized religion. There it goes. Yeah, the Wire. That's what I was thinking of. What was I saying? The Riot or something? I don't know why. Maybe I was thinking of Riot, Shield, and Shield. Who knows? But yeah, the Wire, dude. Have you ever seen the Wire? That's not just one of the best, like, fucking cop shows and crime shows of all time. That's just one of the best shows of all time. I stand by that. Yeah, this is a really cool way of doing this. You basically do one dungeon in each of the 4 areas, then double back around and something crazy will happen. Cool. It'll probably get to day 30. Day 30. But yeah, I like that you like those. I like the detective stuff because it's basically what the true crime obsession is now, but it was on TV, you know. And a lot of it was just bigged up, but I wasn't the biggest fan of just normal Law and Order. Is that weird? I love Law and Order SVU. My younger sister was obsessed with it. She used to get all the box sets, and at the time they were like season 23 or something. Fucking insane. And she couldn't get half of them. It was very tough. It was even at a time where we had got a Region 2 or Region Unlocked DVD player, was like Bush. It was a Bush thing. I don't think Bush even do anything anymore. But yeah, we'd play like American and Australian DVDs. So we just buy all those. Nowadays, like once that went kaput, we didn't think about that. We didn't think that far ahead. So I have a lot of like box sets of The Simpsons and loads of stuff, because the American box sets of those shows were amazing. The Simpsons one is a whole pull-out one, and as you pull it out, it's them on the couch, and then when you put it back in, it's them inside the TV. It was so cool. Box sets were so cool. You have no idea. Now it's all shit, dude. They're just shot out. They don't even come with a booklets. No really special effects or special behind-the-scenes stuff or whatever. Extras. Yeah, it's really bad. Once they started dumping discs on top of each other, you knew that it was gone through the roof. So bad. I saw it happen in real time. I know I bring it up too much, but I used to collect the Smallville box sets. And the first 4 were done in this gorgeous, like, it used to have like a pull-out booklet with 20 pages about the actors and where they filmed and stuff. And each what was on each disc and each episode and everything. It was awesome. And then each disc was placed in this gorgeous plastic sleeve, right? It was like, I don't know, what the fuck was it? It was basically like a plastic holder for the disc, but it was like a book page, you know? And it never touched off anything. It sat into its own. It was really well done. It was really, really some great stuff. And then season 5 and 6 came along, and I think they were called Play Night or something. It was a company that started doing box sets, and they were the cheapest, miserable cunts I have ever met in my life. Let's see. No, Play Night is that video game library. It's something like that. Play something. They would just dump the discs on top of each other. Oh, I hate those guys forever. Every time I'd see it, we used to go to HMV at the time. They'd have a whole floor, and I must pull out a box set. I don't think I have them with me. I used to have a whole floor, and when I saw their logo in the corner, I wouldn't buy the box set, because they were destroying the discs. You know, this was the time of DVDs where scratches meant you couldn't watch that episode, you know. It was just simple as that. Or the whole disc was fucked and it'd be like 15 episodes gone. But yeah, you could see the cheapness and the money hungry shit that was happening in the midst of DVD box sets.